right, let's do this, guys. Hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to today's live stream. It is Tuesday, right? I think it is. Yeah, I'm losing track of all these days. They're all starting to blend in together with so many things going on. But how's everyone doing? Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. We are going to continue listening to that nonsense that we were listening to yesterday. So many of you. I will say the live stream from yesterday got so many mixed reviews. Some of you absolutely can't stand it because you can't hear shit, and I completely get it. I mean, it annoyed the hell out of me, and I'm the one hosting it. So I I understand how you feel. If you can't deal with it, then hey, it's okay. It's okay to pass. But we're gonna continue because there's so much more information. And of course, Nicole Kessinger lies throughout this whole thing. So even though we're gonna be listening to Nicole's dog chewing on the detective's audio recorder, hey, we're gonna have to just do the best that we can. Even if we're listening to Duke's throat, right? He's like so even if we're listening to Duke's throat while he's chewing on the audio recording, hey, that might even be helpful. Who knows? Maybe we can add that to the calendar. You never know, right? When it comes to this case, there's so much crazy shit everywhere, left and right. Every video, every rabbit hole I go down, I find new information. So you never really know what you're gonna get from here. So yes, we're gonna continue. And I did say in the post, if you have your anti-anxiety meds, right? If you have your Prozac, your Xanax, whatever you want, go ahead and bring it. Bring your water bottle, bring your hot Cheetos, bring your candy. I mean, anything you want, right? Bring your wine even if you have wine, if you have vodka or your Dr. Pepper with the extra kick. Yeah. And like I said, go ahead and yeah, of course, if you need to bring your devil's lettuce, anything to keep it chill, right? Keep it mellow. What? Duke has her rabies? Oh, wow. Was it passed to poor Duke by Nicole Kessinger? Right? She's the one that had rabies first. So she must have passed it on to her dog somehow. Right? She's like licking his eyeball. Right? She's trying to groom him like she's a cat. She's like, "Oh, come here, Duke." And it turns out she ended up giving him rabies of the eye. I'll bring my Adderall to pay attention to the deets. Yes. Yes, ratified. Like I said, whatever you need, whatever keeps you going and getting through these videos here. All right. Let's go ahead and dive in. Yeah. Ratitude. Yeah. Sounds like they have an interview at the pound. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, right? Yeah, poor dog. I mean, she brought him over though. I think it was a good idea for her to do that because as we see now, we can't hear anything that the woman is saying. So everything from now on is basically just our best guess, right? And as we see, it's also the closed caption's best guess. They don't know what the hell she's saying. It's similar to Ronnie. The closed caption is having the hardest time of its life trying to figure out what Ronnie is saying most of the time. Right? It's like, what? Most of the time, the closed caption is saying that there's music being played when Ronnie is speaking. I guess it does sound like music, doesn't it? I don't know whose ears that sounds like music to, but not mine. All right, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Like I said, it's going to be difficult. But we left off yesterday where Nicole Kessinger was talking about selling the house, right? Is that where we left off? Something about selling the house and some more nonsense. So let's go ahead and just get into it.
Or I don't know if it was that it was going up for sale or that he was talking to the realtor, but either way, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something effective like everything was about to like start on Monday with their whole transition, getting everything. Yeah, and he said that she was the one who found the realtor.
Was there anything else that he said that was significant about him?
I mean, I'm sure that's true, right? It's probably very true that it was Shanann who found the realtor. I actually believe that. But that's because Shanann was being gaslit. Chris was telling her, "Oh, I want to move to Brighton. Let's move to Brighton." Even though it was all bullshit, he wasn't actually trying to move with her anywhere. But yeah, I mean, I do believe that it was Shanann that was trying to get the realtor to find them a new place. Again, because she was trying to keep Chris happy. This is what Chris wanted, okay? He wanted to move. So Shanann's like, okay, sure. Let's do it, right? See, again, these are all the little things that Shanann was doing for the marriage, for the relationship. Again, way more effort than whatever this potato head was doing, right? Chris did absolutely nothing to try and save his marriage. Oh my god, what a scumbag. All right, let's continue.
Was she gonna move out? Is she gonna move out?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. It was just like we were going to sell the house. And he said that they were both looking for spots. And I was like, well, where's she going to stay? And he's like, because I wanted him to be in close proximity to her after they split so that he was always like a quick drive to the kids. I remember when I was young, my dad and my mom lived really far apart. And like, I still saw them both frequently, but it was just kind of like a long drive for everybody. And I think just being that close proximity is like, it's just good. It's healthy for your kids. And so I remember asking him, like, where she's going to stay? And he's like, probably somewhere around this area. And he didn't give me anything exact. And then I asked him again,
BS.
like, recently, because he started getting more serious about trying to play. And he was like,
Again, more movement, right? We can't even hear anything that is being said. We just hear a bunch of movement. But listen to what Nicole is saying, right? It all sounds like BS again, right?
I think she's just going to stay in Frederick. And I was like, all right, And then, like, one time, that first time when I was like, do you know where she's going to stay? And he's like, she's probably going to stay around here. And I'm like, is she going to stay in this house? And he's right, she can't afford this house by herself. And I was like, all right. And that was the first time he told me.
Is she gonna stay in this house? Right? The questions that she asked, why does it matter where she is staying, Nicole? Who cares? What do we think? Do we think this is BS? What do you guys think? Is she lying? Where's she gonna stay? In this house? And Chris says, no, she can't afford to be here by herself. Well, of course not, right? I mean, they can barely afford it together. Shanann's not going to be able to afford it by herself. It's a big house. It was really expensive at the time. I'm sure it's way more expensive now. But yeah, I mean, again, right? All of this is BS. Stay still, damn it. Exactly, Eric. Yeah, what is going on? I think some of you in the last one I was reading comments, some of you were saying that it's Duke that is chewing on, the detective's audio recorder. I believe it, right? I don't know if he's like, right, just gnawing on it. And the detective doesn't even realize that that's what Duke is doing. He's like, huh, where's my recorder? Well, it became Duke's chew toy, apparently. Is that what's going on? She always says the house. So, yes, she does, doesn't she? Yeah, she does, ratified. She always says the house, right? Every time she says the house, she goes house or that car. And then every time that she wants to talk about the kids, she says the kiddos. I read yesterday, some of you, one of maybe more than one of you, but some of you said that it was because of the way that she says kiddos by she I mean Shanann. Shanann says kiddos in her videos, right? In her live streams, that is how she refers to her kids, and so we speculate that that's probably why Nichol Kessinger says kiddos to her, when she's talking about the kids too. Hmm, it's possible. Again, why is she saying kiddos? She says kiddos, and it's so unnatural. It doesn't come out naturally for her. The kiddos. Oh, please. I don't believe it. Yeah, she didn't like Shanann or the kids. Of course not. Exactly, Britt. She did not. All right, let's continue. Hey, TK.
Like, yeah, we're going to put it up for sale. Like, once they could do that.
Did he tell you what she does for a living? How she earns money?
Kind of, sort of. I know she, like, works for some company that does, like, a lot of online stuff, and it's, like, fitness stuff or vitamin stuff, or I don't completely know exactly what that is, but I know she has to, like, network with a lot of people on social media to see it. So I'm not 100% sure what you would call that, which I guess she's, like, a sales rep, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. What? notice that these two use the same words almost always? They almost use the exact same words to refer to things. Nicole just said kinda, sorta. She says kinda, sorta, and then Chris also says, he says type deal. Anytime that Nicole is asked a question, she doesn't wanna answer it, like when she was asked about the lazy dog, "Did you guys get seated?" She said kinda, sorta. So did you get seated or not? And here she's saying the same thing. She first says, "Oh, I don't really know what she did for a living." And then she explains everything that she knows that Shanann did for a living. Isn't that funny? She says, "I don't know what she did for a living. I'm pretty it was something about maybe like a sales rep thing. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that she had a lot of followers on social media and she would sell things like vitamin or something. I don't really know though. I'm not 100% sure." That's exactly what she did, though. I mean, she did sell some type of vitamin type thing online, and she had a ton of followers. I mean, that's she went ahead and described exactly what she did and says, "I don't really know, though." Of course, I mean, of course she knows. She's obsessed with Shanann. She was following her on all social media platforms. How can she not? I mean, how can she not? She's dating the wife's husband, right? How can she not be all up in the wife's social media? She is the mistress. She's the side piece. So she's gonna obviously be looking at what the wife is doing constantly. She claims she wasn't. She's like, "I don't even have social media." Oh, please, come on. She deleted it. That's why she doesn't have it anymore. But she did have it. Oh my god. So many lies. Let's continue.
I don't completely know exactly what that is, but I know she has to like network with a lot of people on social media to see it. So I'm not 100% sure what you would call that. Which I guess she's like a sales rep, kind of, sort of, would be what it is called. But that's what she does for.
Gotcha. Okay. How about, did you ever see him with any weapons? Ever carry a knife or a gun? Or ever talk about weapons of any kind?
No. And in fact, we even like, so we talk about like current events. Like it's a big thing in my life. I talk about current events with all of my friends. I asked him one day, like, if you want, I will send you articles. Like I'll read the news and every like once a week or so I'll find an article that I think is interesting. It's about all sorts of different stuff. And I'll send it to one of my friends.
Oh my god. Hold on. Huh? Did she just say she's into true crime? I'm a true crime buff. I love the true crime. Nicole, are you subscribed to this channel? Please make sure to like and subscribe. If am I close? Right? Blink twice. Blink twice. If you think I'm close. Am I? Am I close to getting, closer to the truth? Please let me know. She's into crime is what she's saying, and then she goes ahead and corrects herself. Did we catch that? She says, I'm into crime stuff. And one time we were talking about it. And, because I check the news every once in a while, maybe like once a week, I check the news, not every day. I don't check the news at all, just once a week. And when I see it, I send it over to him and my friends. And oh my God. Huh? Let's go down and listen to that again. She is saying that she is into crime, and then she sends these crime articles to her friends. But notice before that, she didn't want to say how much she's into this true crime that she's reading on the news because she would then contradict herself. If she said, "Oh, I'm always on the news. I'm literally always on my phone checking news every single day, seeing articles," then she would know about Shanann. But remember, in future interviews, she says, "I don't even really check the news. I don't even know what's going on. I really don't even check the news ever. Maybe once in a while." And here she backtracked. She was about to say, "I check the news every single day," and then said, "I check it once a week." Holy, oh, that's crazy, right? Who sends articles of current events to their friends? Anna. Anna, yeah, that's so true, right? Unless, of course, she's actively searching and she's constantly sending these to her friends, and I do believe her. But again, right? That was a lie. That was a Freudian slip. Let's go ahead and listen to that again.
No. And in fact, we even like, so we talk about like current events. Like, it's a big thing in my life. I talk about current events with all of my friends.
Okay, so she says current events, even though this is pulls up crime events. She says current events. But current events can mean anything. It can also mean current disappearances, current cases that are open. I mean, remember, this is the lady that said something about another woman being missing in Brighton. She tried to pass off Shanann and the girl's disappearance by saying, "Oh, isn't there a serial killer or something in Brighton?" Right? It's because she was definitely watching the news. She definitely keeps up with the current events. Hmm.
I asked him one day, like, if you want, I will send you articles. Like, I'll read the news, and every, like, once a week or so, I'll find an article that I think is interesting. It's about all sorts of different stuff. And I'll send it to one of my friends, and I'll be like, what do you think? And we'll have, like, debates and discussions about it.
And I'll send it to one of my friends and I ask, "What do you think?" And then we have debates and discussions. Huh? Really? Is she sending this to her friends that go missing for weeks on end? Is that what she's doing? She's like, "Oh, yeah, my friends go missing all the time. It's pretty standard for them to just disappear and never come back." Is that who she's sending these articles to? Oh, hello. Hey, Charlotte. I haven't seen you or spoken to you. I don't know where you've been for the past 3 months, but anyway, I saw this article. I thought you thought it would be interesting. Let me know what you think if you ever get a chance to see it. I mean, again, I don't know. Are you still alive? Hello, where are you? Is that who she's sending it to? She's expecting some type of reply from her friends who have been missing now for weeks, months on end. Come on.
And I remember there was one on a shooting that I sent. And I was like, what do you think? And he even told me, he's like, I don't own guns. I don't keep them out. He's like, I think it's crazy. We work in the oil industry, and a lot of, like, they're very red people, and they love guns. He was just talking to me about it, and he's like, I don't understand why some of these people insist on, like, and I know he's referring to, like, the group that we, like, work around. Not necessarily our coworkers, but just, like, oil field people. He's like, I don't know why they insist on having, like, 10 weapons. He's like, why could you possibly need that many guns? It doesn't even make sense to me. He's like, it's not necessary. And then he's just like, I don't keep guns in my house. So that actually did come up once, but it was like, we were having
What?
events.
Okay, so Nicole is claiming that she talked to him about having guns in the house, and Chris said, "I don't really know why people need so many guns in their house," but she's claiming that's what they talked about one time. What is this? Do we actually believe this? What do we think about this? Yeah, didn't she read the newspaper? Yes. Right about it. You're right. She's no Amber Fry. What is this? What do we think about this? About the supposed conversation that she had with Chris about guns. Do we think that's true? Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys in a poll because I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Do we think it's true that NK and Chris talked about the weapons, right? Supposedly. She's like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" Weird. Weird, isn't it? Why is she bringing this up with Chris? Again, it could just be nothing. It could just be that, they are just really talking about this because she wants to debate or whatever. I mean, I don't even know how you can debate with Chris. He's such a dumbass. I mean, how do you debate with someone so stupid? What is he going to say? I mean, what kind of opinion is he going to have about this? What is a gun? Oh, you mean the water ones? Right? The Nerf? I had some of those when I was a kid, right? Like, what is he going to say? Anyway, do we think it's true that NK and Chris Watts talked about the weapons? Yes, no. Obviously, we can't do all the above because it can't be yes and no. All the above or none of the above. A, B, and sometimes C, right? Is that what we should do? All right, let's do maybe, and what should the other one be? A and okay, here, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and put this one out there. Okay. Do we think it's true that NK and Chris Watts talked about weapons? Yes, no, maybe. The last one is A and C, but not B. So yes and maybe, but not no. Oh man. Yeah. She clips the article from the Daily News and tells her friends, read. Yeah, it's so good for you. Yeah, every time she sees her friends, she just brings a ton of different clippings from the newspaper. She pulls everything out and is like, here, you guys. I wanted to debate you guys on this. Did you guys know meat isn't real anymore? They're making it from vegetables. What do you guys think? Right? She's talking about the different type of vegan meats because she saw it in the news. It's gonna be just, a lot of dumb stuff. But here she's saying that they talked about guns. Now, I am very curious to know what article she's bringing up. What is she really talking about? I want to see the article because she said it was something about guns. I don't believe it. What article did she send to this guy?
Do you know if he was ever in the military?
Not that I know of.
And do you know where he's originally from?
Not that I know of.
You ever talk about that?
Yeah.
Upbringing and how that was. Anything significant you remember about that? Anything traumatic? Anything? Nothing that jumps out.
It makes me wonder why this conversation came up in the first place. Is this something that she was kind of. I'm still stuck on that. Are you guys? I don't know if I want to let it go that easily. The whole conversation about the guns is just weird to me. Was she trying to get his ideas on what he thought about weapons? Was she trying to kind of test the waters, maybe? Was she asking him, hey, do you have guns or do you have the knives? Do you know how to use a knife? I've used one before, right? Is that what Nicole's saying? I've used knives. Yeah, you hold them like this and then you go like this. Me, me, me. And then you can kind of get away with things if you have a daddy named Dwayne. Is that what's going on here? Is she trying to see if he would rather hold something like this? What are we? I don't want to let it go. This is weird. Supposedly, she talked about guns with him. Why? Yeah, an intellectual conversation. I mean, how can you have an intellectual conversation with Twistifer? Twistifer, right? This is the guy that thinks, again, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to say it until forever because it's just so dumb. The guy thought he can buy Dead Sea Scrolls from the museum. The ones that are priceless. They don't have a price because they're not for sale because it's a historical artifact. All the time she was testing what she could when she could. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chris Watts doesn't read the newspaper. He just skips to the Sunday comics section. Right. Right. He's just going all the way to the back. And even then, he doesn't even know how to really follow the comics. He's like, oh, I like this photo. I like this little picture. Let me go to this one. And then skips the other one because he's like, I don't like these pictures anymore. I like this one. So he can't even follow the story, even in comics. All right, let's continue. I don't know if I want to let this one go. But most of you think it wasn't, right? Okay, so yes and no. Do we think that they actually talked about weapons? Yes, no, and maybe are neck and neck. Okay, so so then which one is it? I had to select the very bottom one. Okay, so A and C, but not B. Okay. All right. This one is really close, guys. The green sheet. Anyone remember it? No. What green sheet? That's. I don't think Chris Watts could handle a gun. Of course not. No. That's why he couldn't even handle the Nerf guns, right? He doesn't even know how to put water in them. Huh. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to put a little. I don't know, put a little tab on that one. I don't really want to let it go because I thought it was interesting that she brought it up when she was being asked about weapons. And again, I don't know for a fact. I just know that when Nichol Kessinger feels nervous about a question or she feels like it could incriminate her, she starts to ramble, right? She gives us a word salad and starts to ramble about other things that are not the topic. And so for me, I think she made it up on the spot, but it's because she really did talk to him about other forms of having weapons. Does that make sense? Again, this is just me. You guys let me know. But that's weird. So I'm just going to write it down for my own notes. Convo about weapons. That's weird. All right, let's continue.
His mom and dad were still married, and he said he's really close with his dad. Dad's really in the cars too. So he said that they really relate on that. Said there just wasn't a lot of opportunity in North Carolina, like for good jobs or anything around where he was at. And said some friends moved out here, and him and her came and visited them, and they just really liked it. Thought there was a lot better jobs, and so that's why he moved. But no hostility back there.
Good relationship with his family back in
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So I know he's got a sister, and she's got 2 kids.
Is his sister in North Carolina?
So as far as I know, because I know he went to go visit them recently, and he got to see her. So I don't know.
So she knows a lot about Jamie. She knows that he has a sister and the sister has 2 kids. And then says, I don't really know. Maybe she's in North Carolina, as far as I know. Right. So she confirms that she knows the facts and then says, I don't really know though. What does that sound like? To me, it sounds like she's trying to distance herself from the truth. She knows the truth, but she's trying to make it sound like, oh, I don't really know though, because it's not like I was actually really that into him, right? Where I wasn't really even that interested. I was kind of just dating, nonchalantly, just offhandedly. How do you date someone just offhandedly? That's so weird. Let's continue.
She's up visiting her. She lives there, but I think she lives there.
Did he talk about going back to North Carolina recently?
Yeah, I know he went. He's come back.
Okay. All right. So you knew? Did you know who he went with?
He went by himself and met her out there. I know she was already out there.
Okay. Is there anything else you can think of that you think might be pertinent? I might be, looking into this.
Not really. I mean, I told his name Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Dave.
Yeah.
Told Dave, like, I think this is information.
Wow. She says, not really. Not really. There isn't really anything else that I can tell you that is pertinent to this case. I dated the man for almost 2 whole months. I took him out on dates every single weekend that his wife was in North Carolina. I took him to Bandimere Speedway, the Ford Car Museum, the sand dunes. We went to the Lazy Dog. We went to the park. We went to the movie theater. He came over my house. We played Twister. We played even 3-way Twister. He met my friend Jim. He probably met my friend Charlotte. He met my dog. My dog doesn't really like him. But no, there's really nothing else I can tell you about. Oh, yeah, there's also that 111-minute phone call that I don't remember. Oh, yeah, and I also pinged in Frederick at 6:16 a.m. But no, there's nothing else pertinent to this case. There's a whole list of things that she can talk about, yet she doesn't want to talk about it. What about all this crap, Nicole? What about the all-hands email that you sent him? She can talk about that. What about everything else, right? The first AMC date, the tornado excuse. She can talk about that. Oh my God, what else? She can talk about their birthday. She can talk about the fact that she had a full-blown meltdown on July 4th because Chris had to go back home. I mean, so many things, right? I mean, the list goes on. The list goes on. I wish I had been there because I would have reminded her. I would have been like, no, girl, you remember, sis? Yeah. You remember you have this whole list of bullshit that you can say, right? Because it's all true, right? It's all true. But she does not want to mention it at all. At all. She doesn't want to mention any of the activities that she did with Chris. I wonder why. I wonder. She says, no, I don't remember anything else. Okay. Huh. Let's continue.
I don't know if it can, help you to solve anything, but it's like, I was a big part of his life recently, so I just figured that you guys should be aware of it. Definitely. you know, and I will cooperate with you on anything that you can. And so I asked,
On anything? I will cooperate with you on anything that you can, she says. But does she say I can? Again, her reasoning for going to police is so absurd. She says, well, after considering it for a few hours, I really went back and forth. I was weighing my pros and cons. I thought, you know what? I should probably contact you guys because, you know, I hung out with him. Yeah, I was a very important part of his life right before he murdered his family. So I thought it was important for me to come talk to you guys about it. You know, it was just my best guess at the time. Lady, the way that she downplays this, right? Again, so absurd. She's making it sound like she's a neighbor. I'm a neighbor. Not even next door. I kind of just saw him from across the street. I saw something weird that morning and I wanted to tell you about it. See, that's completely different from, oh, yeah, I played Twister with him every single day and every single night. And he spent his entire life with me for the entire month of July. He spent every waking hour with me in my bed. He woke up with me every single morning. We were full on living together. She doesn't want to say that. She downplays it and says, I think this is probably important. Yeah, it is. It is. Again, so ridiculous. Let's go ahead and listen to that again.
Looking into this?
not really. I mean, I told his name Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Dave. Told Dave, like, I think this is information. I don't know if it can help you to solve anything, but it's like I was a big part of his life recently, so I just figured that you guys should be aware of it.
I just figured you guys should be aware of it. No shit, Nicole. They were going to find out that you were a big part of his life anyway, even if she hadn't, right? Even if she hadn't come forward like she says that she did, because I'm just such a good person. Even if they hadn't, they were still going to find out about her, obviously, because of all of the evidence against her. And again, she had no idea that her employer had access to her emails. She had no clue. She had no clue that her employer had already sent this to the police. This was the first email that she ever sent out to the boys at work, right? June 5th. And then, of course, Chris says, "Thanks, Nikki. Have a great rest of your day," he says. He's so ridiculous, even with the double exclamation point. He's so happy, right? He's so giddy. This lady, I think she's going to give me a gift card. Right, that's what he thinks. And so then, of course, right, look at this, June 5th. And then June 12th, "Chris, thank you for being honest with me this morning. Truthfulness is so underrated in our culture." And of course, she says it in Spanish. She thinks she's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to make myself more exotic." So she says, she finds something else, right? She's trying to find maybe the Latin version of certain things so that she can impress Chris, even though Chris is like, what is that? I don't even know what that means. He can barely even read English. So I don't know why she's adding all these different languages to the mix. He's not going to get it. But anyway, this part here, right? Again, Chris agreed. "It is always nice to find people you can relate to. I enjoy talking to you as well. I feel understood." And then, of course, right, you see all of this crap again. "I want to build something similar to what you have," right? We see it here. "Similar to what you have done with your wife and those cute little girls." She's saying with your wife. She is not saying, "I want to build something similar to what you have with your ex-wife or your soon to be ex-wife." No, it does not say that. It says with your wife. "I do believe in karma, so out of respect for myself, you and your family." Again, she's not saying out of respect for you and, the family that you are about to not have because you're about to get separated from your wife. She does not say that. She says, "Out of respect for myself, you and your family, I think it is best that we keep that friendship at work." So she knows that they're together. That's why she's saying, "Out of respect for myself and for your family." Now, again, she had no idea that these emails were sent to the investigators, and that's why she's saying the crap that she's saying, right? So absurd. Tiger, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, both are pathological liars, sending emails to each other. Yes. But it is great with that. The mall, she says that she is jealous and wants Shanann's life. Yes, exactly. Aw, smart survival. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Smart survival. Thank you. Yeah, this is a hot and cold. Wait, what? Hold on. Sorry. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Okay, here it is. This is the cold and hot to make him stick. Yes. Yep. I agree. Eric, thank you so much. Eric Issa. NK was fishing Chris Watson the work emails to see if he'd take the bait. Exactly. Exactly. That's what she was doing, right? She was definitely fishing and seeing if Chris would take the bait, and he did. Obviously, right? He definitely did. By the way, do we have these dates in our calendar? I just want to make sure that I want to make sure to have everything as accurate as possible. So let's go ahead and see. So the all hands email was sent out on the 5th. And then the following week, okay, yeah, so we have it. Okay. So the all hands email, and then the one that Chris replied to was on the 12th, which we have. And then they continued that conversation throughout the 12th. So a week, right? When we look at the calendar, it took a week for them to continue talking via email. Look at this. And then the following day, it looks like, right? So they were talking on the 12th, or not the following day, but on Thursday, Chris Watts adds Nikki's phone number to his work phone, right? So by then, they're already flirting. Chris is already interested. And of course, he already took the bait. He's such a moron. God, the guy. Anyway. All right, guys, let's continue.
Definitely. And I will cooperate with you on anything that you can. So I asked him yesterday. So yeah, we can add this in there. Asked him yesterday to kind of like give me some space because I'm getting to the point with this situation where I am very concerned for his wife and children, and this whole situation is very I'm sure for everybody else who's involved with this situation. And after like finding out like, oh yeah, and like I've also got this child on the way with her and just wasn't very honest with me, I told him, please give me time to heal and please give me time to process this. And he's like, are we done? Are we done? And I told him, I said, no, we're not. Yes.
Please give me time to heal. Please give me time to process. Process what? What does she need time to heal for? She already knew that Shanann was pregnant. She's pretending like she just found out. Oh, yesterday I told him to leave me alone. I just need some time to process all of this, is what she claims. Let's go ahead and look at the calendar to see if that's true. The interview that we're currently listening to is on this date, right? So it's on the 15th. She's saying that yesterday, right? So meaning August 14th, she asked Chris to stop talking to her because she needs time to process and to heal. Hazel, where are you, Hazel? I need to heal. Right. She has Hazel on speed dial. Who knows? Maybe Hazel is her emergency contact at this point. That is how much she needs Hazel for the healing. But she is claiming, right? The woman is claiming. Here, let's go ahead and look at the actual day. Let's go ahead and look at the 14th. Sorry, the 12th, right? The 14th. Okay. So on the 14th, she says that she talked to Chris and that she's like, oh, I just need you to stop talking to me because you're just being so hurtful. You lied to me, blah, blah, blah. When did that happen? The question is, when did she have this conversation with Chris where she told him, leave me alone because I need to process things? Did that happen early in the morning, right? During the three-way phone call with police, right? Was it during this time that she said, oh, please leave me alone? Was it after she found out what the police had on her? Was it after she heard during that three-way phone call that maybe the police are trying to find out more about Nichol? When did that happen? See ya, TK. Yeah, what do we think? It's weird, right? Because if we look at the actual phone logs from Nichol Kessinger for the entire day on the 14th, Chris and Nichol Kessinger did not talk on the phone. The only time that they talked on the phone was in the morning, but it was because it carried over from the night before, right? So it's not like it was a separate phone call, it's just one of the ones that carried over. Why isn't it? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to make it smaller so you guys can see it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. So it's these, right? She was talking to him on the 13th, which is the day of the murders, and the last call started at 11 p.m., which then rolled over until the next day, August 14th, into the early mornings, right, of midnight, 1 and 2 a.m. So again, when did this happen? The supposed conversation she had with Chris saying, "Oh, I need you to leave me alone because I'm so hurt. I'm in pain. I need time to heal and process." Really? Hmm. It's weird. All right, let's continue.
Yes, we are, but he doesn't need to know that. I just told him that because I was just like trying to find a way to like distance myself from him without alerting him that I'm really uncomfortable with everything that's going on right now.
Without
I told
alerting
numerous
him.
times yesterday that I was scared, and
What? Without alerting him that I'm scared? That's weird. Was that a Freudian slip? Go ahead and listen to that again. You know what that sounds like to me? She meant to say, I just didn't want to alert him that I was about to throw him under the bus. I didn't want to alert him that I was getting scared, that I was getting cold feet, and that I was not going to stand by him. I didn't want to alert him to the fact that I'm about to basically throw him under the bus and say that it was all his fault and that I had nothing to do with this. I did not want to alert him. That's what it sounds like to me. Let's go ahead and listen to that again.
please give me time to heal and please give me time to process this. And he's like, are we done? Are we done? And I told him, I said, no, we're not. Yes, we are. But he doesn't need to know that. I just
She says, no, we're not. Yes, we are. But I didn't tell him that.
told him that because I was just like trying to find a way to like distance myself from him without alerting him that I'm really uncomfortable with everything that's going on right now.
You know, if she needs to distance herself from him because he lied to her, then that's all she needs to do is tell him, hey, you lied to me. You hurt me. I need time to heal. I'm going to call my friend Hazel because she's on speed dial. And I don't ever want to talk to you again. There is no need for Chris to be alerted. But I think that she's using the word alerted because I think that she was making sure that Chris didn't feel like he was about to get his ass thrown under the bus by her, right? He didn't want to feel that she's about to betray him because if he caught wind, right, if he was alerted to Nichol Kessinger about to throw him under the bus, then who knows? Maybe Chris was going to throw her under the bus first. And so that's what I think she's trying to say here. I didn't want to alert him. I didn't want him to know that very soon I'm going to blame everything on him. Yeah, so she didn't want to alert him. Why? Yeah, who cares if he's alerted? Exactly. Exactly, Britt. This is my question. Who cares, right? Who cares if he's alerted? If the man is lying to you, and I mean, she's claiming, right? Again, she's claiming that she didn't know that Chanel was pregnant. And so if she were to find out and he was alerted by it, again, who cares? Let's continue.
I told him numerous times yesterday that I was scared. And, I told him that I was scared not because of, for my own safety, but I told him, I'm scared because I don't know where she's at. I'm scared because, I'm scared for them. And then I told him, the fact that you weren't honest with me, I don't feel like I know you as well as I did. And that, that's uncomfortable for me too. This whole situation is just, it's scary.
She says, it's scary for me because I just don't think I know you as well as I thought I did. But didn't she just say that she didn't really like him and she was kind of just casually dating him? So then how would she even really know him? Contradictions.
So, I just asked him if he could give me some space. And then I told him, I was like, when you find your family and they're all right, I was like, then you can go ahead and text me. I was like, but until then, like, I don't really think it's a good idea for me to talk to you. And that's as far as I've got. But I can tell you right now, if I were to text him and just say whatever I needed to say. So I don't know. And I even asked him a few times yesterday, it's like, what happened? Like, where's your family? He's like, I don't know. Like,
Okay, and she even said, okay, I even asked him a few times yesterday, like, where are you? Where's your family? Again, when? When yesterday? When did that happen? Was it here? Let's just go ahead and go through every single one of her calls. Was it during this call? Chris Watts calls Nichol Kessinger for 31 minutes at midnight. Is it this one? Is that when she said, please leave me alone, Chris? I'm not comfortable talking to you anymore. But then she called him. Right? She calls him a few minutes later and she's like, you know what, Chris, I changed my mind. I kind of do want to talk to you again, but I want to ask you, where's your family, Chris? And then she says, you know what, I'm scared again. Bye. Hangs up. But then Chris calls her and he's like, oh, Nikki, are you sure you're done with me? And she's like, nah, I'm just screwing with you. I was just kidding. April Fools. Actually, yes, I'm still afraid. Where are they, Chris? Where's your family? Was it this one? Or was it the other call? Here, let's go ahead and look at the other call. Was it this one? When Chris Watts calls NK and it was unanswered, did he leave a voicemail and was like, hey, Nikki, are you sure you're done with me? And then Nicole never calls back. What happened here? Again, when did this happen? Contradictions, just casually dating someone, but you give Chris Watts a key to the place, Google wedding dresses for 2 hours. Exactly. Yeah, she was dating him offhandedly, nonchalantly. He mentioned it to me kind of in passing. For her, everything is in passing. Oh, we met at the dunes in passing, in passing. I started Googling wedding dresses for 2 hours, but it was just in passing. All of it was just in passing. It was very nonchalantly that I was Googling, will my boyfriend marry his mistress? Just offhandedly, I checked. Really? For 2 hours? All right, let's continue.
I don't know. All right.
When he says he doesn't know, do you believe that?
I mean, I think about this situation, and honestly, like, I've never seen him be anything but gentle. And I see the way that he, like, he gets so happy when he talks about his kids. And I just, and the fact that he was, like, never ill-mannered, even when he was discussing her, and the fact that they were separating.
Word salad. Word salad. Okay, I think she's lying here. What do we think? What do we think? The question was, do you think he had done something to her or them? She didn't say no or yes. She says, well, let me tell you about him. The whole time that I've met him and hung out with him, everything's been okay. He's just so gentle. He's so sweet. He's never really said anything about his family, and he's just nothing but gentle and sweet and kind. Okay. Answer the question, lady. It's not really that hard. Do you think he may have done something? Maybe at this point, right? Again, Nichol Kessinger is saying that at this point, she told him, stop talking to me. I'm not comfortable because I don't know where your family is and you lied to me. So I don't really know who this guy is. I thought I knew him better than I did. Apparently I don't. And then when she's asked, so do you think he may have done something? I don't know. I don't think so because he's just so kind and so honest and so truthful. Lady, you just said that the guy is sketchy as fuck. So how are you now saying that he's kind and truthful? Which one is it? God. Oh, isn't this fucking painful to watch? It's painful. It's a lie after a lie. She can't even keep it straight. I wonder, I wonder if the detectives were noticing this. You know, I've had many jobs, okay? I've had a lot of jobs in my life. I've had all kinds of different little careers here and there. I've been in the military. I worked for a government. I even did a quick internship with NASA. I've been everywhere, okay? I've done it all. And the one thing is when you work for governments, especially um, places where you're going to need some type of clearance or something, you're asked a lot of these type of questions. I can't remember what the line of questioning is called, but anyway, basically, what these interviewers are trying to do before they get you into a government position where you're going to be, facing a lot of, secret or sensitive information, they ask you a lot of questions that sometimes seem contradictory, right? So, um, especially when I was applying, like I said, I've applied for all kinds of different agencies. I applied for the FBI once, so I went through the entire, interview process and everything. And one of the questions, it's a whole list, right? It's a list of questions, and they're basically just asking you the same question later on, right? So they'll ask you a question at the very top and they'll say something like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of one of the examples was like, have you ever lied to a loved one, right? And you say, yes, I have, right? And they're like, okay, cool. Boom, they check it off. Then they keep asking you other questions. And then later, question 36 is the same question as question number one, but it's worded differently. So the first question was, have you ever lied to someone that you love? And you said yes. Question number 36 is the same fucking question. They're trying to see if you're lying, right? So the question number 36 is, okay, so out of all the people that you've ever loved, have they ever felt deceived by you, right? Or something like that. It's literally the same fucking question, but it's worded differently because they're trying to see if your brain is one, being truthful, and two, if you're understanding the question and if your mind or if your brain is consciously understanding that you're lying. And so the other question will be, in your life, has anybody that you've ever loved felt deceived by you? So if you say no, then that means that there is a contradiction, right? Then you move on to question 100, 110. It is going to be the exact same question again, but it's going to be worded in a very different way than question 1 and question 35. So it's going to be worded in a different way. It's going to be something like, you know, have you ever deceived any important person in your life? And if so, was it a big or a small lie? Something like that. And really, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get to, what kind of psychology, right? What kind of person is this? Are they able to lie? Are they able to forget their lies? And do they know that they're being deceptive? So this is kind of what I think about when I am listening to this. I wonder if the investigators were asking these questions because to me it seems like they are to keep track of what is the inconsistency and what isn't. At least that's what it sounds like to me. So I don't know. I don't know, but I do wonder if they kept track of all of her lies because they all seem to contradict each other. And these questions were just asked a minute ago. And then they're re-asked in a different way, and then she lies about it again. It's weird. Lawyer questions. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, lawyer questions. Right. They're asking the questions twice, but it's a different technique every time. All right, let's continue.
When he says he doesn't know, do you believe that?
I mean, I think about this situation, and honestly, like, I've never seen him be anything but gentle. And I see the way that he, like, he gets so happy when he talks about his kids. And I just, and the fact that he was, like, never ill mannered.
Even this part too, where she laughs, she goes, to me, that is a nervous laugh. I think this was a nervous tick of hers. She didn't want to say, right? She doesn't want to say, oh, yeah, for sure. He definitely annihilated his family. So she says, I don't know. Especially the way that he was with his kids, very ill mannered. Oh, come on. I don't believe any of this.
Discussing her and the fact that they were separating. I always considered him to be a really decent man, so the fact that they're still missing, I mean, I don't really think he would have harmed them. I don't. I mean, and I think that's also a reason that it took me 2 days to come to you guys, because it was like, I think she laughed. I mean, and that's...
I think she laughed. And that's really the reason that it took me 2 days to come to you guys. No, it's not because I am suspicious in any way, shape, or form, or because I was deleting all of the text messages before I came to you guys, or because I was trying to hide the SIM card, or because I was trying to get on the three-way phone call with Chris before I knew what you guys had. No, it's not that. It's not that. I waited all of these days because I thought he was a decent man. It's not because Anadarko, my employer, sent you guys the emails between us. No, that's not why. That's not why. Isn't that interesting, right? Again, no one asked her. No one asked her, but she knows. I think that she feels it in her heart and her soul that it's so suspicious that she waited 2 days to come forward. But she feels the need to voice it, right? Because she's nervous about it. She knows it's weird. Why would you wait 2 days when the whole family is missing? So she needs to be able to have a good excuse for that. And she says, that's the reason that I waited for 2 whole days. In case you were wondering, I know you haven't asked me, but in case you were wondering why it took me 2 whole days to come forward, it's because I thought he was decent. Really? But she just said that she was scared. Didn't she just say she was scared? She just said, I told him to leave me alone. Don't even talk to me. I'm disappointed. I need time to heal. Where's his family? Which is it? Contradiction after contradiction after contradiction. Yeah, exactly. Julia. Yeah, she was trying to get ahead of the investigation. Let's continue.
Still in the back of my head is like a thought where it's like, maybe she took off. I mean, maybe she did. Like I said, like he said, that obviously your financial situation wasn't that great. And like, well, maybe she just left because she didn't want to deal with it. Like, if we're over, like, you can deal with it. I don't know. I mean, I've had so many different scenarios running through my head, but I don't think you can do it.
And he didn't indicate to you that she was going to leave. Did he ever say to you, like, one day she's going to be leaving, she's going to be going somewhere? Or...
He told me they had a conversation in the morning, and he told me that she came home, like, really late, I think, that night. And he told me
she came home, like, really late, I think, that night. She came home, like, really late, I think, that night. She doesn't think, she knows. Right? She knows. And the reason she knows is because there was a 111-minute phone call between them, and it went on until Sunday night, right? So originally, Shanann was supposed to show up on Sunday night, but her flight got delayed. And so it got pushed to Monday morning, right? At 2 in the morning, around 2 in the morning. And so she definitely knew because of this phone call right here, 111 minutes. And it started at 9. So that means that it lasted almost till midnight. So she definitely knows, right? Or maybe not midnight, 11. So 11 at night. So she definitely knew that Shanann was not home yet because she would have been home by now. But again, she's lying, right? She's lying. And so then she says, I think she came home really late that night, I think, right? And again, look at the words that she's using. The like and the I think that night. I don't know. Her choice of words are so weird.
that when he woke up, he was sleeping when she got back. And when he woke up,
he was sleeping when she got back. And when he woke up, okay, notice how many times she says, when he woke up, he was sleeping when he woke up. So 3 different ways she tries to convince the investigators that Chris was sleeping. Okay. Now, as we know, Chris himself contradicts himself constantly when asked, what were you doing that morning? He says, oh, I was sleeping. He also says, I was in bed. And then he also says, I was waiting for her to get home. And then I saw her in the Vivint cam, and then I saw her get home. So there's 3 different accounts from Chris himself. He doesn't really know which one happened. Was he sleeping? Did he get woken up by her when she arrived? Or was he already waiting for her and watching the Vivint? while she was arriving. Again, he contradicts himself all the time. So who really knows? The truth, right, as we believe, is that Chris was already awake, obviously, because he was waiting for Shanann so that he can murder her. So he was watching her in the Vivint cam while she was, coming in through the door. And so here, Nichol Kessinger is, again, she's making it, she's emphasizing, right? She's emphasizing that he woke up because he was sleeping. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah, how are you not sleeping if you wake up? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was definitely sleeping if he woke up.
There was a text message from her that said, I don't know if it was a text, I don't know. But she just said she asked him to wake her up before he went to work. And I guess he went to wake her up, and she informed him that the child that she was carrying did not belong to him. And I asked him if he believed that, and he said, no, I think she's just saying that out of spite. So I don't know if he's telling me that because he's trying to, like, somehow make me feel better that maybe it's not his kid because he lied to me, or if that, like, legitimately happened. I don't know. But he told me that, and then I guess he said that she said that she was going to, like, go to some friend's house or something, and I guess he tried to ask her about it a few times. It wasn't me getting it.
Are we serious right now? Okay. How much sense does that make? So, okay. According to Nicole, right, this is her story. Shanann got home, right? She's tired. She's exhausted. She's been working. She's pregnant. It's 2 a.m. She's coming home. She just wants to go to sleep. But according to Nicole, supposedly Chris told her that Shanann asked Chris to wake her up. And so then Chris woke her up. And the first thing that Shanann does, supposedly, is open her eyes and say, by the way, Chris, this baby that I'm expecting is not yours. And Chris is like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go to work. And then he went downstairs, made his protein shake, and went to work. Who gets woken up? Again, right? What she was asking to get woken up just so that she can tell him the news that the baby's not his? How much sense does that make? I mean, come on, really? Again, it's so ridiculous to think that the baby is not Chris's. Of course it is. Who came up with this? What is happening here? Okay, this is a question for you guys. Do we think that there is half truth, half lie here? This is the way I'm seeing it, right? Again, this is just based on what she's saying. So to me, it sounds like Chris did lie to her about Nico, the baby, not existing. She found out, but she didn't find out when she claims that she found out. She found out way earlier, like in July, or even sooner, right? Because she was stalking the family. So she already knew. But Chris never mentioned it to her. He was never honest and straightforward with her about the baby. So, right? So then Chris probably did lie to her whenever Nichol Kessinger ended up confronting him about it, right? So let's just go back to the calendar. Let's just, as an example, let's just pretend that Nicole already knew that Chris was expecting a baby with Shanann, but he was never upfront with her, right? He never told her about it. So then Nichol Kessinger confronts him, let's just say as an example. This is not what happened, but just as an example. She confronted him on the 4th and says, hey, Chris, I already know you're expecting a baby. You're fucking lying to me. Just tell me. Oh my God. And then Chris is like, oh my God. I mean, yeah, she is having a baby, but he's not mine. I promise you it's not mine. Is this going to ruin our relationship? Right. I think that that's probably what happened. Chris did lie to her and told her, oh, the baby's not mine. And then, of course, Nicole, knowing it's not true, she confronted him again. And then finally, Chris had to tell her the truth. Yes, the baby is mine. You're right. The baby is mine. And so now what Nichol Kessinger is doing here is she's using part of the truth and passing it off as a lie by saying, I found out about the baby not in June when I was stalking them, but I found out about the baby on this day. on the day of the actual murders because of the bullshit that Chris was telling me, and then he told me that the baby isn't his. What do we think? Does that make any sense? I know I just again, this is just me. This is how I'm thinking about it as we're watching it. So again, you guys let me know if that is possible to you guys, but to me it is. I do believe that she's saying the truth here, but passing it off as a lie because of the timeline. It doesn't actually line up with the timeline, but it did happen, just not when she says it did. Hmm. Huh, that is man. If you like pina coladas, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much for a super chat. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Misty Rocks went to Vegas for the 25th anniversary. Oh, that sounds fun. Couldn't find anyone who would make pina coladas. Really? What? No one can make pina coladas in Vegas? Really? Hmm. I don't think I've ever had pina coladas in Vegas, though, to be completely honest. I don't think. Have I? No, I don't think I have. Wow, they don't have pina coladas in Vegas. That's oh. Well, I hope you had fun. No, I hope you had fun, even though I'm so sorry you couldn't find your pina coladas. I hope you had some other drink though. Was it Dr. Pepper? Was it a little spiked? Did it have a little kick to it? um, yeah. What do we think? Yeah, she found out the day of conception. Anders. Yeah, you think so? She found out exactly the day of conception. It's possible. All right, let's continue.
or something. And I guess he tried to ask her about it a few times. It wasn't really getting anything from her, so I can do that. But I don't think it was planned to take off the kids for 3 or 4 days. I think it was like just not doing today. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Did he say if that discussion they had the morning if that was contentious, if there was anything said, any threatening or anything that was, significant in that company?
Not really, but I mean, I'm sure finding out that the child that your wife is carrying isn't yours is probably painful, but no, he didn't express anything on it. They were arguing. As far as I know, they didn't even really argue that much in the first place. They just had different opinions on how to do stuff. It just wasn't working on the marriage. But he was never oh, I fight with my wife all the time. That was never, ever, he ever brought up at any.
Do you think he had any reason to believe that the child wasn't his? I mean, is there a possibility that she was seeing somebody?
I mean, maybe she's at home all day, right? It would probably be pretty easy for her to have an affair.
Oh my God! What? What in the world did she just say? You're joking. Probably. Probably, she says. I mean, she was home all the time, wasn't she? It's probably easy for her to have an affair because she's home all the time. Huh? How much sense does that make? What? This is unbelievable. Fucking believable. I can't believe she said this just now. What? Oh my goodness.
Had different opinions on how to do stuff. It just wasn't working on the marriage. But he was never oh, I fight with my wife all the time. That was never, ever, he ever brought up at any.
That was never, ever. Okay, so she's saying that they never fought. Okay, I know it's super low. We can barely hear it, but she's saying that they never fought.
Do you think he had any reason to believe that the child wasn't his? I mean, is there a possibility that she was seeing somebody?
Okay, is there a possibility that Shanann was seeing someone? Is there a reason for Chris to believe that the baby wasn't his? And this is what Nichol says.
I mean, maybe she's at home all day, right?
Maybe she's at home all day, right? Living a sedentary lifestyle. So it's possible that she was cheating. She's home all day. How do you cheat when you're home all day? If anything, it's more possible for him to cheat because he's not home. He's always leaving home and he's not coming back. How are you going to cheat when you're home? What, the man is just coming in and out and leaving, and people are seeing the guy walk into the house and leave? Neighbor Nate has cameras. How the hell is anyone supposed to cheat when you're staying at home all day? it makes it harder.
Probably be pretty easy for her to have an affair.
Um, with who? Barney? Who's she gonna have an affair with? It may be a romance scam where she in a relationship with Elon Musk online. Who is she gonna be in a relationship with? I mean, come on, come on. How? Does this make any sense to you guys at all? Her mom, her mom probably cheated. Hey, no name. I never even considered that. Who knows, right? It's possible. Huh. You know, the one time, I guess, I'll just give her the benefit of the doubt. The one time that I might think that something like this is possible, having been in the military, yeah, there are spouses that stay behind. Their spouses are deployed overseas and the other ones stay behind. And yeah, oftentimes the ones that are cheating are the ones that are staying behind, but also the ones that are deployed, right? It goes both ways. It's the spouse staying behind and it's also the person being deployed. So again, but in this case, right, this is not a deployment. This is not the military, okay? Chris Watts wasn't serving in Afghanistan or anything. And Shanann is left behind on base with all these men. Oh, look at this eye candy. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Oh, yeah. Right? Like, come on, no. She's home. She works from home. She works selling Thrive patches. When the hell is she going to have time to cheat? Let's be so real. Let's continue.
I don't know.
Nothing that he ever mentioned.
Prior to that,
Yeah.
no.
He never said, I think she's having an affair or she's spending too much time with so and so.
No, not at all. I don't even think he would notice. I mean, like, realistically, it's like, no one else knew about us. And she's home all day, so that frees up, like, that much more time.
Oh my God. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-mm. So she talks about Chris being so kind and so gentle and so loving. And yeah, he lied to me about the baby and he's lied to me about his wife being missing, but I still give him the benefit of the doubt. The missing woman, though, who knows? Maybe she was cheating. She has all this time in the world to stay home. I mean, it frees up a lot of time to be able to cheat. Says the mistress. The irony. The irony is so I mm, I don't even know what to say. I just ran out of words. The irony of this woman, right? She is the mistress. She's the side piece. She is the one that the man was having an affair with. And she goes on to say, I don't know. It frees up a lot of time to be able to cheat. I mean, I don't know anything about cheating, officer, because I don't have any time because I'm always working. Yeah, she was the one in the relationship with a man that was having an affair. This is it's almost laughable, right? It's comical. The jokes basically write themselves here.
No, not at all. I don't even think he would notice. I mean, like, realistically, it's like,
Yeah, Nicole. How would Chris notice when he's too busy sucking your face? How is he gonna notice? Come on. I don't even think he would notice, she said. Yeah, here, let's go ahead and figure it out for you, Nicole. Here. How would he figure it out? He's at the Shelby fucking car museum with you. How is he going to figure out if his wife is cheating on him or not? I mean, he's too busy cheating on her to know if she's cheating on him. Look at this. He's way too busy cheating on her at the Bandamere Speedway to find out what Shanann is doing. At the sand dunes, he was gone for an entire weekend. He was definitely way too busy cheating to know if Shanann was cheating on him. She's such a hypocrite, right, Jay Writing? Oh, goodness. So hypocritical here. Look at this. He's at the freaking Home Depot getting her paint. Of course he's not going to know what's going on. He's at Home Depot getting her paint. What else? Oh, look. Let's look at this, right? Let's go ahead and look at the beginning of the relationship. How is he supposed to know when he's canceling his appointments with her, right? He canceled the ultrasound appointment. Oh, he's too busy, Nicole says. He's way too busy. How would he even know? Yeah, he's too busy playing Twister with you, Nicole. That's why he wasn't figuring it out. Let's go ahead and look at the entire month of August. Oh, he's too busy. Yeah, he's too busy getting keys from Nichol Kessinger's apartment. Again, hypocritical. She's a hypocrite. Oh, he's too busy at the frickin' Lazy Dog. He is too busy getting fire sticks or whatnot, right? Maybe, who knows, digging holes or something. That is why he was too busy. Let's go ahead and pull up the phone conversations, shall we? Look. He was too busy on the phone with Nichol Kessinger for 111 minutes that he didn't reply to Shanann's text message when she told him, hey, I'm going to be late. He didn't reply. Why? Because he was too busy cheating on her with Nichol Kessinger. Oh my God. The hypocrisy is mind-blowing. This is so twisted. This is so, oh my God. This is so bad. Here, let's go ahead and listen to it again. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I can't believe this. And she says it so confidently, right?
Oh, not at all. I don't even think he would notice. I mean, like, realistically, it's like, no one else knew about us. And she's home all day, so that frees up, like, that much more time. So, no. But, I mean, he could have been unaware. But, I mean, he even said, I think she said it out of spite. I don't even think he took that whole situation seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then he did admit to you that it was his child. He believed it was his child.
Later, because I kept asking him, I'm like...
Later, because I kept asking him. That was interesting, right? The later, because I kept asking him. I don't think it was later.
Out of spite. I don't even think he took that whole situation seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then he did admit to you that it was his child. He believed it was his child.
Later, because I kept asking him, I'm like, he's like, it's not mine. And I was like, how are you going to tell me that she just told you that she's having an affair, and you tell me you don't believe that she's really having an affair, but that the kid's not yours? And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. And she said, stop it. And not laugh.
Oh, Duke. Duke just wants to go home, right? The poor dog, he's like, Mom, she's lying. Mom, she's lying. Right? Poor Duke. He's probably trying to tell the officers that he was abandoned with Jim, right? She abandoned me to go to the sand dunes, is what Duke is trying to say, right? Is right here. This is the weekend that I believe that Duke was abandoned so that she can take Chris to the sand dunes. But again, poor Duke. He's over here telling the truth, and the investigators have no clue. They're just like, oh, what does that dog want? Is he hot? Feed him. No, Duke is trying to tell the truth here.
I thanked him for telling me the truth. I didn't want to for all this, but I just wanted to take a step back and just kind of like look at this situation without like any like emotions and like positive emotions I have attached to him. Like at the end of the day, there's a mother, 2 children, one on the way, like 2.5. That can't be done right now, and it's like I don't care about anything that's going on with me and him.
Did she really just say 2.5? Did she really just say that? Oh, this woman and her child, 2.5. Is that what happened?
This situation without like any like emotions and like positive emotions I have attached to him. Like at the end of the day, there's a mother, 2 children, one on the way, like 2.5. That can't be done right now, and it's like I don't care about anything that's going on with me and him. I don't care about anything that's going on with him and the media. I don't care about any of that. Like all I care about is helping you guys One, most of the stuff that I saw was like just a phone. It was like a short excerpt, and then today I saw one.
Well, most of the news that I'm ingesting, I just saw a little short excerpt. Like I told you earlier, I only check my newspaper once a week. Yeah, it's just once a week. I clip out the interesting articles, I send them to my friends, and then I debate them. But it's just once a week. So I already checked the news yesterday, so I'm not going to check it for the rest of the week. Again, notice the things that she's saying. She says, "Oh, the news that I do read, it's just a little bit. I don't know that much detail because I just read the first sentence." Why is she reading just the first sentence? All she cares about is having her name out of the media. Exactly, Eric. Exactly. She cares about what people are going to say about her. Yeah. The dog was a good distraction. Yeah. Yeah, I think that she brought the dog for a good reason, right? She knew that the dog would be a distraction. She knew that Duke would be crying and wanting to go home. Yeah, she's only looking at the pictures. Yes. Mm.
What'd you think of that?
Were they interviewing him?
Is that the guy you know?
What is all this
So we
movement?
don't know him, but obviously we do. So when you see somebody, when you see the mannerisms, you know where they're talking. Did that strike you in any way?
I mean, he's kind of got an introverted personality type, so like he's kind of like laid back with things.
He's kind of got like an introverted personality type, so he's kind of like laid back. He's very introverted. Very introverted, obviously, right? He's super submissive, very passive, shy is what people call him. No. Or he was always a narcissist. But yeah, he was introverted for sure. But again, she's not talking about the question. She's not answering the question. She's talking about his personality type as if that was the question and it wasn't.
Ways, I feel like he's like doing a good job with all of this. Like, just I told you the night that I talked to him on the phone, like Monday night, like he was calm, but you could just hear it in his voice, like it's just like concerned. Like I could hear it. Like his voice just sounded so good. It's kind of similar like that, but it was like you're trying to like hold back the tears, or hold back like and just bawling your eyes out on the phone, or I don't know.
But you think he's kind of an even keel type of guy?
Always.
Mild mannered.
Always.
So he not the highs and lows. He's not one of these people who gets upset quickly or gets depressed quickly.
No. I mean, and he has moments of like happiness. I mean, of course, I see him when he's like happy and things are going, but just in general, I think he's a pretty calm individual.
Okay. And again, this is just anything you want to say or anything you think. What do you think happened? Do you have any theories? Do you have any thoughts of what might have
You know how much stuff is running through my.
I know.
I hate it. I don't even like theorizing. I'm like, I don't.
Oh, she was asked about a theory and she doesn't have one right now. But she had a bunch of theories later on, right? She theorized about a serial killer in Brighton. She theorized maybe it's the Thrive Patches. Maybe it's finances. Maybe it's the realtor. Who knows? Maybe it's the moon. It's probably because Mars is in retrograde. It's probably the high tide. It was probably the Martians from Mars abducted everybody, right? She has all kinds of ridiculous theories, but right now she doesn't have one. I don't even want to think about it right now, officer. I have theories, but oh my God, I don't want to think about it. Oh, now she doesn't have theories? Now? She came up with all kinds of theories later on. She doesn't have one right now, though. It's too early for me. Ask me next week. Ask me tomorrow. I'll probably have a better theory for you after I consult with my daddy. Yeah, she didn't have a theory when asked, but hey, notice though, right? She was asked, "Do you have a theory on the 15th?" And then she comes prepared on the 16th. Right? She shows up to that interview with Kevin Kovac the following day prepared. She has a whole list of theories. She's like, "Oh yeah, that guy, your homeboy. Yeah, whatever his name is Dave or Dwight, whatever his name is. Well, anyway, that guy, he asked me about my theories, but anyway, I wrote them down. I have a whole list of theories for you now. Yeah, she came prepared with a whole list of theories after she was asked about the theory. But on the spot, though, she had no theories. This is, and again, this is why I think that Nichol Kessinger did a lot of fishing, right? She was fishing for information from Kevin. She wanted to know what they had on her. And she was also doing a lot of damage control, right? She brought her dad, hoping that maybe her dad was a distraction, just like Duke, right? Duke is here. And then she brings her dad, and the dad is the same way. Don't lead. Don't lead. Right? He's doing the exact same thing. He was a distraction. So Nichol Kessinger came prepared. She really did. Oof. Yeah, she will have a theory after she checks the news. Yeah. Yeah. She'll have a theory after she watches the news. Don't forget the chupacabra and the Sasquatch theories. Yes. I mean, oh my God. The thing is, Nicole Kessinger probably would have come up with all kinds of different theories had she been given time, right? More time to think about it. She was only given 24 hours. She was asked this question on the 15th, and it's the afternoon, right? So then she had to show up the next day prepared. But maybe she just didn't do any of the chupacabra research, right? She's like, who else can I blame it on? Let's see, the Yeti, right? Blame it on the Yeti, Bigfoot, the Loch Ness monster, maybe, Annabelle, Chucky. She goes down a whole list of horror movies and sees maybe it's Jason Voorhees. Oh my God, right? She's just really coming up with any and all theories, but that was after, right? After she prepared herself for it. Mm. Like like daughter, like father. Yep, exactly, Julia. Ooh. See, imagine her on the stand. She would have never survived the stand. Being cross-examined, she would have completely failed. She would have failed. She would have been flopping around like a fish. Let's continue.
I don't know. I really hope. What do I really think? I'm hoping that they have a lot more debt than he let on to, and I'm hoping she didn't want to deal with it, and she wanted to legitimately start a new life, and I hope that she just let all that shit. That's what I'm hoping.
Is there anything you want to ask? Good. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's one of these things too. Is a lot of times what happens is after you have an interview like this, you might start thinking, if he asked me this question, or I just thought of something. Feel free to give a call, because usually people will think of something after the fact. Spending less than an hour at the park. You might think, what, in July, I remember he said this, or I remember this happened, in early August. If any of that comes to your mind, just reach out to me, call me, and we appreciate any insight. We don't know what happened. We don't know. I mean, this could be a wide range of things at this point. Obviously, our job is to figure out what happened, and that's what we're going to do. So the quicker we can get there, though, if there's hope, right? There's always hope that they're okay, and we can get them home safely, and it's possible. There's a range of possibilities. Mm-hmm. So our job is to try to resolve this as quickly as possible. There's a whole bunch of us working on this, and we will day and night until we resolve it. So, but in the meantime, you're in a unique position.
I know, that's right. The babies, man, the babies, that woman, like that whole situation, like that is, I'm here because of those three.
Oh my God. Nicole, that woman, those babies. I'm here because of those three, she says. That's why I'm here. No. I am not here because of the emails that my employer sent to you guys. No. That's not why I'm here, you guys. No. Ignore those emails. Don't even look at them. Close your eyes. Pretend they don't exist. That is not why I'm here. It's not the incriminating emails. No, guys. No. It's those three. That woman. Those babies. No, the babies. That's why I'm here. She says that woman. So even when she is claiming that she is an angel and she's so moral, she still says that woman. She doesn't say, "Oh, I'm here for his wife, his poor wife. I don't know where she is. I'm here for Shanann." That's her name, right? That's her name. Oh my God, I'm here for Shanann and those babies. No, no. So even when she's claiming that she's doing the right thing, she still calls her that woman. Everything is in the way that she talks, right? Obviously, we have so much evidence, but it's also just the way that she behaves. It's the way that she talks about Shanann. She's talking about a victim here, someone who's missing, and she's still calling her that woman.
You're in a unique position.
I know, that's right.
One,
And the babies, man, the babies, that woman, like that whole situation, like that is, I'm here because of those three.
That baby, that woman, or that whole situation. What whole situation is she talking about? What's with the whole situation? At this point, the situation is missing persons, right? But she's saying this whole situation. Hmm.
And her unborn. But I'm here for those three. But I'm also here because I am in a position. I really want to help you guys.
well, we appreciate.
Is that really what she said? Did she really say because she's an empath, or did the closed captions get that wrong? I don't think she said that. Here, let's go ahead and listen to that again.
The babies, man, the babies, that woman, like that whole situation, like that is, I'm here because of those three. And her unborn. But I'm here for those three. But I'm also here because I am in a position. I really want to help you guys.
Well, we appreciate that. I think it's obvious. I mean, we can sense, anybody can sense sitting here how that you do care.
This investigator is a moron. They couldn't find any woman to investigate her or interrogate her or sit down with her at the park and talk to her. They couldn't find a single woman. Didn't they have Stacey Galbraith and Tammy Lee? How many more investigators do they have? They couldn't find a single woman. They're sending men over, and these investigators obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're saying, "Oh, it's obvious that you care." No, it's not. It's obvious that it's the complete opposite. To me, it's obvious that she doesn't care and that she's only there for herself.
I'm here for those three. But I'm also here because I am in a position. I really want to help you guys.
Those three and the unborn, but mostly for those three. And it's because I just really want to help you guys.
Well, we appreciate that. I think it's obvious. I mean, we can sense,
The cop says, "It's obvious. To us, it's so obvious. We can sense that you're here trying to help us."
anybody can sense sitting here how that you do care.
Yeah,
And that, yeah, there's little girls involved. And we all want to see them home safely. So again, if you are in his life, that is an issue. So there are certain things that he might say that he wouldn't say to somebody else, or there might be something that you could find out about that somebody else, nobody else could. So we'll have to see how that goes and see how the investigation progresses. So we may reach back out to you. But for now, just my main thing would be is if you hear from him and you think you should tell us about it, please call me. If you think of something else that happened, even if you think, you know what, it's really not that significant, but maybe I should have mentioned it, please call me and tell me. Because every little piece can help. One of the things I'm not even sure that I asked you this.
You know what? Sally, she did say the unborn. The unborn? Aren't they missing right now? See, this is what I mean. Sometimes we catch the little things. She just said the unborn. Oh my God.
I just thought of something. Feel free to give a call. Okay. And again, this is just anything you want to say or anything you think. What do you think happened? Do you have any theories? Do you have any thoughts of what might have
You know how much stuff is running through my...
right now?
I hate it. I don't even like theorizing. I'm like, I don't know. I really hope. What do I really think? I'm hoping that they have a lot more debt than he let on to, and I'm hoping she didn't want to deal with it, and she wants to legitimately start a new life, and I hope that she's glad all that shit. That's what I'm hoping.
Is there anything you want to ask?
She did just say something about the. Okay, we're about to listen to it again, okay? Let's go ahead. I rewinded it. We're going to listen what is being said here. Let's be honest. Shanaz's job was kind of a joke. Yeah, I was a glorified pyramid scheme. Yeah, I was, but we're not even talking about Shanaz's job, right? Yeah, sure, Shanaz's job was a pyramid scheme. It really is. It's not even a glorified pyramid scheme. It is a pyramid scheme. But we're not talking about Shanaz's job. Shanaz's job, it has nothing to do with this case, right? Who cares what kind of job Shanann had? Who cares? Because her job did not lead to any of this. So why do we care to talk about Shanann's job? Can we stop talking about Shanann's job? Who cares? Who the fuck cares what her job was, guys? Why are people so obsessed with Shanann's job? What is up with that, man? Yeah, so what? Anyway, all right, let's continue.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things too. Is a lot of times what happens is after you have an interview like this, you might start thinking, he asked me this question, or I just thought of something. Feel free to give a call, because usually people will think of something after the fact. Spending less than an hour at the park, you might think, what, in July, I remember he said this, or I remember this happened, in early August. If any of that comes to your mind, just reach out to me, call me, and we appreciate any insight. We don't know what happened. We don't know. I mean, this could be a wide range of things at this point. Obviously, our job is to figure out what happened, and that's what we're going to do. So the quicker we can get there, though, if there's hope, right? There's always hope that they're okay, and we can get them home safely, and it's possible. There's a range of possibilities. So our job is to try to resolve this as quickly as possible. There's a whole bunch of us working on this, and we will day and night until we resolve it.
Okay, I just rewinded it. So I just really want to listen to that part again where she says the unborn. We didn't catch that the first time at all. So, okay, again.
So, but in the meantime, you're in a unique position.
I know, that's right. And the babies, man, that woman, like that whole situation, like that is, I'm here because of those three. And her unborn. But I'm here.
She did say that. She did say that. She said, I'm here for those three, meaning Shanann, Bella, and Cece, and her unborn. Her unborn? Okay. You wouldn't say her unborn unless the baby was never born. If a woman is pregnant and she's missing, you would say, I'm here for all of them, including her baby. Including the baby that she's about to have. You wouldn't call the baby an unborn. Holy moly, Sally, that is such a good catch. The thing is that she has also said he was a good dad. Okay, so earlier in this same interview, we watched it yesterday. So if you guys want to rewatch it, go ahead, because she also says he was a good dad. Was meaning past tense. What do you mean he was? He still is, isn't he? If she believes that Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico are still alive right now, then that means that Chris is still a good dad, not was, because they're still alive. They're just missing. But now she's saying he was a good dad and the baby is unborn. That means that during this interview, she already knew that Shanann was dead. She already knew that those babies were gone because she just said it herself. It was a slip of the tongue. She said the unborn. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Past tense. It's a red flag, 100%. Yes, it is. Anything that she says in past tense, huge red flag. Chris, same thing. He always says things in past tense. Huge red flag. Exactly. Exactly, Julie, because she knew they weren't coming back. Exactly. I think this is the biggest slip up of Nichol Kessinger's. I mean, of course, right? There's so many. But can we agree that this is definitely the biggest? Oh my god. Okay, we're poll time. Poll time. Not that kind of poll, right? not not Nicole's poll. But yeah, definitely we're gonna have a different poll. Let's go ahead and end this one. This one was 138 votes. Oh my goodness, guys! Thank you so much. Thank you for the votes. Look at that. Do we think that it's true that Nicole and Chris Watts were talking about the weapons? 33% said yes, 28% said maybe, no, and then 17% said A and C, but not B. The unborn. Major slip. Okay. This is going to be just straightforward. Do we think that NK saying the unborn is a major slip? I think so. Yeah, man, I think so. Yes, no, maybe. And then need more evidence. Unborn is wording of pro-life choice and what is it? Wait, unborn is wording of pro-life choice and pro-abortion use products of consumption. Clemens Health of the fetus was NK. Even Shanann called the baby Nico Lee. That's her mark. Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Shanann definitely called her baby Nico Lee, and I definitely get that. I mean, it's her baby, right? It's her baby, so she's gonna be calling Nico her baby. Um, I don't think anyone, even if they are pro whatever, right? Even if they are pro-choice, pro-life, or whatever they want to be, I still, people don't call babies unborn unless they were not born, right? Unborn means it was not born, right? Un means no, and born means to be born. So an unborn typically means, right? This is what the wording means. Unborn refers to an offspring in utero that has not yet been brought into life. The term is heavily used in legal and medical contexts regarding gestation and frequently appears in popular culture as titles of various horror films. Okay. So even if we're going to be talking about this in terms of medical terminology, just like it was brought up, thank you, by the way, Creamy, thank you so much for bringing this up, because now we have the actual definition up. So even if we were talking about this in medical terms, how many people that are not in the medical field refer to babies as unborn? If they are in the womb, most of us refer to them as babies, don't we? I mean, don't we? Shit, I do, right? I think most people I've met consider babies that are in the womb and that are waiting to be born babies. A child still developing in the mother's womb Hmm. Okay. So with the definition up now, so it might, I don't know now, right? See, oh man. This is why I love doing this with you all because what do we think? I mean, Creamy Rowe brought up a very important point. And now that we look up the term, it actually does mean that they're still in gestation. But I don't know. Would Nicole still call it that? What do we think? Hmm. Right, exactly, Anders. It's still pretty unusual to say unborn. Unborn is clinical. She was distancing. Yeah, right? I never say unborn. Hmm. So do we think that NK knew that Shanann was already dead then? It's just a really weird way to say that the baby, unborn. You wouldn't say that unless you knew that the baby was not going to be born. Yeah, right? Is NK a doctor maybe? Is that also part of her resume? Did she also put she's a doctor on top of all of the other things that she worked in? Right? She wears a lot of hats. Remember, Nicole Kessinger has a lot of hats. Realtor, nutritionist, financial advisor. What else? Who knows, right? Apparently now she is a doctor too because she said I'm unborn. It is. It's just unusual. Okay. It sounds like some crazy sacrificial witchy stuff. It does though, Boops. No, it really does. Oh, dang. The message was retracted. It kind of does, right? Because again, unborn, it is used in horror movies. That is where I've seen this word used a lot more than hearing it, on the news or hearing it with friends or out in society. I don't really hear that many people call it unborn unless it's in a horror movie. Yeah, unless they're being sacrificed, right? This is American Horror Story type stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like a term for a horror movie. Exactly. Huh. That's weird. Okay, so do we think that NK saying the unborn is a major slip? 65%. So we still say yes and then no. Maybe is 16%. And the unborn. Huh. Okay, let's go ahead and leave that. I'm glad that we looked up the term and I'm glad that Creamy Row challenged me on that. I do love when you guys challenge me. Of course, please don't challenge me on, blaming Shanann on things. Obviously, not that. But when you challenge me on things like this, right? Like, oh, I don't know. Well, unborn can mean something else. And then we look it up. Then we can definitely debate it, whether or not, that's what it meant. And so this is what I love. I love doing this. So who knows now, right? I still think it's unusual. Could Nicole Kessinger just have been saying it because she is in the medical field and she's distancing herself? Maybe. I'm still leaning towards it was a slip though, right? Even after knowing that, I still think it's a slip. But you guys, again, you guys make up your own minds. You guys decide what you think. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's completely off the table. Right. And again, this is why I don't like talking about Shanann's job. Like who again, right? Who cares? Who cares what her job was? If yeah, again, I don't let me not even go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's continue.
For those three, but I'm also here because I am in a position. I really want to help you guys.
Well, we appreciate that. I think it's obvious. I mean, we can sense, anybody can sense sitting here how that you do care.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, there's little girls involved, there's babies involved, and we all want to see them home safely. So again, if you are in his life, that is an issue. So there are certain things that you might say you wouldn't say to somebody else, or there might be something that you find out about that somebody else, nobody else could. So, well,
Boobs. Did her face demon shift eyes and turn black when she said unborn? Probably. That would have been the best way to know if this was, if she was actually lying or not, right? If we had video footage of her, we would have seen her eyes go completely black and she goes, the unborn. And then she shifts back to being human, right? Then we would have known, oh, she's obviously lying because the horns just grew out of nowhere and her eyes are black, right? Yes. Unfortunately, we only have the audio. So she goes, the unborn. I mean, who knows? Again, I still think it's strange, right? Very unusual.
To see how that goes and see how the investigation progresses. So we may reach back out to you. But for now, just my main thing would be is if you hear from him and you think you should tell us about it, please call me. If you think of something else that happened, even if you think, you know what, it's really not that significant, but maybe I should have mentioned it, please call me and tell me. Because every little piece can help. You know, one of the things I'm not even sure that I asked you this, maybe I did, but is there any particular places that you guys ever went that stood out? Did you have a special place that you wanted to go with you, to go for a walk or to go, view the sights or anything like that?
Every place that we went was like my idea, and I think all of it was special to him because I really took time to go to places that he would like.
Wow, Nicole just said every place that we went was my idea. It is true. That part is true. So one thing she says that is truthful, at least, right? One thing. Yeah, everywhere they went, it was her idea. Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely agree that everybody has their own way of saying things. Yeah, everyone is different in how they word things. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Yeah, and this is why I love bringing up the words and what they mean because I didn't know. I had no idea that they used that word in the medical field. Unborn. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that was the correct term. I thought unborn meant that the baby was never born. I had no clue. So again, who knows, right? But yeah, all the places that they went together, it was Nicole's idea every single time. And then she says, "Yeah, I think it was very special to him because I took the time to plan it and he really liked doing these things and he had never done it before because he lived, with a really short leash. He wasn't allowed to do certain things. Oh, he was just so unhappy. But then he met me, a breath of fresh air, is basically what she's trying to say. Let's continue.
But it was all stuff that I picked every time. Like dinner, like any place we went, like it was something that I picked. It was like, hey, I know you like this. What do you think? He was always all about it. But like going camping was my idea. We went out a couple other times. My idea. Like all of it was my idea. He was all about it.
So he just wanted to spend time.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think he cared where it was at.
Okay. Well, if something jumps out, if you think about a camping trip or something, and something that was said or something that was somehow significant about that, again, feel free to give a call. Let me know. Because again, we just don't know. And it's one of those things where somebody might actually be a neighbor, a coworker, somebody might have a piece of information that makes the difference in the case. So, and you may have that piece of information. We just don't know yet. Obviously, we're going to be interviewing everybody from family, friends, coworkers, right down the line. So we got a lot of work to do, but we really appreciate you reaching out. And hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this quickly.
Where's he at?
Right now,
Where is he at? Did you? She couldn't even wait for the man to finish his sentence. She's like, whatever. Where is he at? Where is he at right now? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm not trying to text him or anything or trying to figure out where he's at because I'm scared that he might throw me under the bus. No, it's not that. I'm just asking for a friend. Where is he? Right now, I don't know, is what the investigator is going to tell her.
I don't know. I know that he's been interviewed in Frederick by the police there.
I wonder, is Nichol Kessinger, has she been trying to get a hold of him? Is that why she's asking, where is he at? Do you know where he's at right now? I wonder if she's been trying to get a hold of this man and he's not replying, right? This is the 15th, right? This day right here. Now, we don't have any actual phone calls between them at all, right? The last phone call between them was on the 14th, and that was in the early mornings when they were playing phone tag with police. That was the last call that we have. But I do wonder if Nichol Kessinger was still trying to get a hold of him via the all the other apps that she deleted, right? Either the Snapchat or the WhatsApp or whatever other apps they were communicating on. Do we think that's what happened? He's not replying, so she's like, "Where is he at?" Again, the woman is claiming that she doesn't care for him anymore. She's like, "Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm actually not even talking to him anymore." But she still wants to know where he's at. Hmm.
And he's probably going to be interviewed again, maybe multiple times. Family members as well. I think that he had some friends he was going to stay with. If they wanted to, you know, we wanted to look at the house. So I don't even know if he's gone back to the house or if he's with friends. I honestly don't. But he
Gotcha.
may reach out to you. I mean, it's one of these things in a situation like this. You tend to reach out to the people who are closest to you, and want to talk about things.
And what am I supposed to do with that?
If he does call you, obviously we would like to know anything and everything that he says, because again, he may tell you something that he's not telling us, and also even something that may seem obvious to you. If he told us something opposite, it's important. So if he said, "I'm staying at Joe's house," and he tells you he's staying at Chris's house or Bob's house or wherever, and that's not true, well, then that could be significant. You know, if he tells you that he went someplace and he didn't go there, that could be significant. So even though if you do have contact with him and you think it's just a normal conversation, there could be something that's significant about that.
Do you want me to?
Not yet. Not yet. That's one of those things. Right. And we're not going to ask you to do that at this point. I mean, we have a lot of investigative avenues. We have a lot of things that we can do. I know this is difficult for you, and I don't want to make anything more stressful than it already is.
Oh, please stop. What? I know this is so stressful for you, and we don't want to make it any more stressful, lady. Have you contacted Hazel? This is the first ever interview, and they're already coddling her, right? They're already babysitting her. Where's her binky? Just put one in her mouth already. Give her a lollipop, even, right? Give her something to suck on, because they're already treating her like a victim. Oh, I know this is hard for you. What about Amber Fry? It was really hard for Amber Fry, and guess what? They still put her on the phone with Scott Peterson. They still forced her to get on the phone and call Scott while they were tracing the call, while they were figuring out what lies he was telling her. And it was very obvious that Amber Fry had no idea that this had happened, right? Because she was a real victim. Here, though, they're like, we're not going to have you do that yet. We're kind of investigating stuff right now, and we don't want to make it any more harder for you. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. But if you do remember some stuff, make sure that you call Kevin Coe back at 2 in the morning. He's waiting for you. This is so backwards. So backwards.
So right now, I would just say sit tight. The most valuable thing you could do is just think of anything else that might be useful and let us know. And then if he contacts you, I would say it's okay to hear what he has to say. And if you could tell what that is, that could be very helpful. You know, one of these things is if something happened that shouldn't have happened, there's usually a mistake, right? There's usually something that's said or something that's done that comes out. So even things that may seem completely innocent may actually
Is he getting a divorce?
you know?
Oh, I can't stand to hear Duke just crying in the background. He's trying to tell everyone the truth and no one's listening to him. He's probably hot. This is August 15th and they are in the heat at Majestic Park, wherever that is. I know it is probably hot as hell. There's probably no shade, right? It's just a hot spot. All right, let's go. I'm just looking up Majestic Park real quick. Oh, it's in Arvada. Oh, she's near her dad's house. Okay, so she's near daddy. All right, let's go ahead and look it up some more. Colorado. Okay, where is she? Majestic Park. Okay. All right, so this is where she's at. This is Majestic Park, which is it's actually pretty far away from her apartment down in where is she? She is over here somewhere. Thornton. It's actually what North Glen. So she's in Majestic Park. So she's close to dad. So she went to visit her dad, and then she ended up meeting with the police at Majestic Park. It's really hot. I bet. I bet. So poor Duke, right? Poor Duke. The dog is over it. They've been here for an hour now. And Duke is losing it. He doesn't wanna be there anymore.
Separating. I'm just curious.
Well,
Like, I
here,
just want
here's
to know now because it's like
yeah.
I've been living this whole thing, and I'm like, was it a lie? I don't know. Like when I found out that she had a baby on the way, I was like,
Had.
it's just
She just said had. What did she say, has? When I found out that she has a baby on the way, because again, she's still alive, isn't she? The idea here is that she's still missing and that they're hoping to find her alive and okay and with her kids. But she's saying now, when I found out that she had a baby,
curious.
Well,
Like I
here,
just want
here's
to know now because it's like
yeah.
I've been living this whole thing, and I'm like,
usually something that's said or something that's done that comes out. So even things that you see completely innocent, they actually
who's he getting a divorce? Are
you know,
they separating? I'm just curious.
Well,
Like I
here-
just want to
here's
know now because it's like
yeah.
I've been living this whole thing, and I'm like, was it a lie? I don't know. Like when I found out that she had a baby on the way, I was like,
had a baby on the way? She had a baby on the way, is what she said. Past tense yet again. Yeah, exactly, V Bug. Yeah, she knew they were dead, right? At this point, she knew. She said two things and even more, right? She said way more things that are all past tense. At this point, I think it's pretty clear that she already knew that they were dead, that they're not coming back. They're still disappeared, okay? Everyone still believes they're disappeared. Chris has not yet confessed to murdering Shanann and then blaming everything else on her. That has not happened yet. But she already said that she had a baby on the way. She is, oh, Teresa, yes, she is guilty as sin.
it made me like wonder. I just
Well, so I can tell you this: Phil and I have not talked. I haven't even seen him other than him on news. So I don't know specifics. We probably have 50 people, I would guess. Is that accurate? Working on this right now. Okay, and it may want to be hundreds of people by the end of today. So
Oh, poor baby.
there's different investigators doing different things. So I don't necessarily know what's going on with him. And our focus is just to check all the boxes as quick as possible so we can get all the facts. So I don't know.
But notice, okay, notice, she's fishing. She's doing the same thing she did with Kobach. She's like, I want to know now, though. Where is he? Notice, she wants to know where Chris is. And the detective is telling her, we don't know where he is. There's a lot of people working this case. I'm not the one dealing with Chris, so I don't know where he's at. Okay. Other investigators are dealing with him. We don't know where he's at. Stop worrying about where he's at. But she's saying, I want to know though, because I've been dealing with this. I do want to know where he's at. Because, when I found out that she had a baby on the way, she's desperately trying to figure out where Chris is. Why? Again, my theory is that she can't get a hold of him on the phone. And she's like, oh, holy shit, he's already been arrested, hasn't he? That's why she's freaking out right now. Oh my God. No wonder. No wonder this interview was buried. No wonder we couldn't find this. Because there's so much guilt in this first interview. How can anyone listen to this and ignore all of the red flags? This is insane. Oh my God. Eric, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. So many little past tense things caught here that are huge. Yes. She's unhinged. Okay, out of 94 votes, yes. So, yes, the majority of us think that her saying unborn is a major slip. At this point, are we really guessing? Right? She already said had. She already said Chris was. And on top of that, she said unborn. Remember, we're not just nitpicking on little things that she says here and there, right? It's the entirety of the thing, right? It's all of it compiled together. It's the evidence, it's all of the lies, and then it's all the little things that she says here and there. So it's not just one word that we're looking into and we're like, "Oh my god, what does she mean?" No. She already said that Chris was a good dad, that the baby is unborn, and that Shanann had a baby on the way. Those three, along with everything else that she said, when you listen to all of that together and the context of it, it does sound like she's talking about them in past tense. Which, again, why would you do that if you still think that they're alive?
If he was really getting divorced, if they really gonna
That is so
separate,
crazy.
if they will really sell the house, I don't know the answers. So, and we'll find out. We'll find out soon. And actually, good point. Do you have any other questions for us? Is there anything that we could?
I'm just sad about the situation. I just want them to find all three of them, like, alive and happy and well and everything. Just
All three of them alive and happy and well. What did she say? Okay, we're still unsure about the unborn thing. Okay. I don't know. I still think it's weird. Who says that? Who says unborn? But again, right? I guess people talk different ways. I don't think most people will say unborn. I wish, oh man, I wish we can do like some type of survey, right? You know what? I just got an idea. I would love to do a survey just out on the street. Just, out on the streets. Just ask people, "Hello, do you have 2 seconds? What do you call a baby that hasn't been born yet?" Right? Or like, what do you call a baby in the womb? Right? I just want to see what most people will say and tally them and see if Americans say the word unborn, right? And then go somewhere else and see if I don't know, people in other places also say unborn. Hmm. I would love to do a survey just to see how many people say this. Hmm. All right, let's continue.
everybody to go.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. I would say thank you very much. Hang in there. I know this isn't easy. This is a difficult situation. So hang in there. If I hear anything, I will reach out to you. Okay? I don't know how quickly that's going to happen. In the meantime, again, feel free to reach out. And if you feel like taking a phone call, you take a phone call. If it's a text message, you can do that. That's up to you. I'm not going to direct you at this time to do anything.
Okay. I love this. Okay, thank you guys so much. Okay, so I love that we are, getting perspective here from everybody. Okay, so fetus. So we say fetus in Canada. You see, even that I think is, more usual, right? I think, yeah, the baby isn't born. Yeah, it's a fetus. Or yeah, or the fetus. Again, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I would say the baby. But again, that's just me. But I think I would probably say fetus over unborn. Okay, but again, I don't really know. And then B, thank you so much. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, I honestly would say unborn baby. Okay, why? So you would say unborn baby if someone is missing and they're pregnant? You would say, oh yeah, the unborn. You would still refer to the baby as unborn. Again, I'm just trying to hear, what you guys again, I don't again, this is just me, right? This is me. I would never refer to a baby as unborn, especially right? I just wouldn't. I've never thought of that word to refer to a baby who is about to be born, right? She was what, 15 weeks pregnant? So the baby was gonna be born. I wouldn't refer to a baby as unborn, so that's why I think it's weird. But who knows, right? I mean, that's why I'm hearing from you guys. Fetus, I think, is definitely something that people would call the baby. What else? I think unborn baby is different than just unborn. Right. Exactly, Jess. So even that, I agree with you. I think even saying, "Oh yeah, the unborn baby." But the way she said it, she said, "and the unborn." She said, "the unborn." She put a "the" in front of it, which just makes it so much more to me, it just makes it offensive. I'm like, "Why are you putting a 'the'?" Right? Yeah. It's like anytime you put a "the" in front of a word, it just sounds very offensive. Right? Is it just me? Oh, look at the American, right? I'm like, "Oh my god. Are you calling me an American?" Right? The Americans. Or the Californians, right? I don't know if you guys watch SNL, but for a long time, I don't know if it's still on, but yeah, there's this skit called The Californians. Even that, I'm like, dang, is that what they think of all Californians are like, right? Which actually they're pretty accurate. But right, I mean, you put a the in front of it, and to me, it sounds weird. Unborn baby is common in the US in medical settings like, um okay, it's a baby when talking to patients, a fetus right, exactly, right, it's a fetus in medical and clinical terms, right? You hear the fetal rate, fetal development. Right, exactly, exactly. So when you're referring to a baby in medical terms, I understand calling it a fetus because you're seeing the baby develop, right? You're looking at it in terms of development. Oh, it's an embryo, right? And so you want to make sure that the embryo is getting all of the nutrients and everything that it needs to grow into a fetus. And then from a fetus, it grows into, a more developed fetus and then, becomes a baby. I totally get that. Nicole Kessinger is not in the medical field, though. She's not. So to say something like unborn baby, or she didn't even say unborn baby, she said unborn. Again, I'm still stuck on that. I'm still stuck on that. An expectant mother does not say unborn. Yeah. Babies are babies. They're not aliens, fetuses, or the unborn, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, totally, right? And I do, like I said, I do agree with you. A baby is a baby if the mother has decided, okay, I'm gonna have this baby and it's gonna be born, and they already named the baby. And I definitely understand the development. Of course, we have to have different stages for the baby, right? If we're trying to treat it medically, because you can't treat a fetus the same way you treat an embryo, right? It's just, I mean, obviously you can't. That's why there's different development for it, right? There's different stages in development. I don't think it's a witch hunt. I just want more info about her involvement. Yes, yes. See, we're not doing witch hunts here. There's just a lot of information about her involvement that we're looking through. Yeah, I can't see me ever saying fetus. Yeah, it's not what she said, it's how she said it. Right? When they say dead woman and her unborn baby. Yeah. Okay. I love this, guys. Thank you so much. And again, right, there's no wrong or right answers here, right? Some of us say baby, some of us say fetus, others say unborn baby, right? I'm just trying to get perspective because I had never heard this before. So I learned something new today. I really did. Karen, thank you so much. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much for a super chat. Let's celebrate. Celebrate. Wow. Well, anyway, okay. Let's go ahead and move on from the fetus and the unborn baby and the, you know, what did she say? She even said a half, right? Is that's all what she said. She said two and a half. So she's a two and a half and unborn. She never said fetus. And she has never said baby, but she said two and a half and unborn. All right, let's continue.
But if it comes to that, we'll think that might be helpful. Then we'll check out.
Just me, I would say texting because it's in writing and you don't have to get personal. But that's just me.
I mean, I asked him to leave me alone. He's pretty respectful of the things that I have to say to him, so I think it's pretty hard for him to have me not talking to him. So at some point, if he caved and he did try to talk to me. It wouldn't surprise me, but if he also respected what I had to say and like continued to give me space, I think he would respect that too. I mean,
Okay, something I don't know. I just thought of something because I read this. Okay, so trail of deception. She said earlier, mother of two children, of two of his children. Right. Okay. So I wonder, is Nicole Kessinger also referring to Nico as unborn because she resents the baby so much? Is that why? She said mother of two of his children. She also said two and a half. And she also said unborn. Right. Again, she's distancing herself from the victims. She never says Shanann's name. She rarely says Bella and Cece. And she has never really fully mentioned the baby, right? Nico. Here, I feel like who knows, right? But she used unborn as a way to not say the baby. Because again, I think that Nico was the biggest issue in their relationship, right? Nicole Kessinger and Potato Head. I think that that was their biggest issue in their relationship. They constantly fought about baby Nico about to be born. I think that Nicole, I mean, she would still have a problem with Shanann, Bella, and Cece, but I think her biggest insecurity was that Chris had impregnated Shanann and that the baby was about to be born. I think to her that made her absolutely crazy. So anything revolving baby Nico, she hated, absolutely hated. And so she doesn't even want to mention him at all. That's why she said I'm born. Again, this is just me. It just popped in my head right now when I saw Trail of Deception and your comment because it's so true. She said mother of two of his children. What about baby Nico, right? She doesn't want to mention him? Hmm. What do you guys think? Unborn is part of the aggregate of NK's distancing language. Yeah, Lobo Medina. Yes, 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 right? Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Maybe it's just her distancing herself. Yeah, she despised Shanann and the babies. Yes, yeah, NK was using distancing language by calling it an unborn. Yeah, leaving off the word baby. Right. Yeah, unborn baby sounds more respectful, but NK didn't care about Shanann or the kids. Exactly, right? Yes. Maybe. Right. Yeah, I think NK was pro yeah, she's pro-abortion. I mean, yeah, she's anti-kid. I think she is just completely anti-baby. She just doesn't like kids at all, I'm pretty sure. Again, this is just my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion. I think Nicole Kessinger is anti-baby unless it was hers to be able to, keep a man tied to her, right? To her, the baby was not because she wanted to actually have a baby with Chris. It was because she wanted to make sure that no man could ever leave her. It was a way to just to keep the man next to her by her side. Mm. And remember, she was asked to say Shanann, the name in the interview, her hands. Yeah, she uses a strangulation motion. Yeah, she says Shanann. Hmm. Let's continue. We're almost done.
and I told him numerous times that day that I was scared, so I don't just like, like I'm concerned for your family, so I don't know how he interpreted that, but
We'll see as as time goes on. But that's it for now. And again, we'll reach back out to you if need be. One thing actually I did want to ask you about the phone again. So the text messages between you and him, did we get those?
yeah, that was yesterday. As soon as I found out, and he was honest with me. Like we talked a couple more times after that, and it was just like, I don't want you to contact me, and I just wiped him out.
If that's something that became necessary for us to try to retrieve, is that something that would be okay with you?
I'm sure we could work on my phone records, but I use that phone for work, so I'd appreciate it if I could keep this. Is there another way for you guys to go about doing
Yeah,
that, through the
we're-
phone company
Yeah.
or something?
So there's special software we can plug your phone into, and even if it's deleted, we can still retrieve the
Oh, okay.
content rather, and then just preserve that. Give the phone back. That's the course of
Yeah.
action we
So
decide.
you're not gonna take it from me though, right? Because I just need it for work.
Yeah.
Shanann doesn't want, or Shanann. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Okay. Nicole does not want to give her phone away Even though this is a quadruple homicide, she is so inconvenienced by giving her phone because she's using it for work, is what she's saying. Really? She doesn't want to give her phone at all? She's saying, "Can you guys retrieve all of the information that you need? You know, all of the deleted text messages. Can you just retrieve them through the phone company or something? You're not actually going to physically take the phone away from me, right? Because I need it for work." So she needs her phone for work, is what she's saying, for work. So then she's asking police to find another way of getting information from her phone by going through her phone records instead. Again, this is the woman. She just said just a few minutes ago that the only reason that she's here talking to police at the park is because of Shanann and the babies, right? That woman and those two kids and the unborn is what she's saying, right? Her words exactly. Yet she says, "Yeah, I'm here to help you guys in whatever you need. But hold on, you need my phone? Oh, not my phone. No, I'm not going to give you my phone. Oh, and I did delete the text messages. That was yesterday. Hmm. It was yesterday after I found out that he lied to me. I was just so upset. I was so disappointed at the lies, and that's why I deleted the text messages yesterday. I'm so sorry. I mean, had you asked me yesterday before I deleted them, I wouldn't have deleted them." Uh, Let's remember that this is the same person that Googled what's the difference between a text message and an SMS. Can the police retrieve deleted text messages? Can the police find these phone logs after they've been deleted? Can these text messages be found after the SIM card has been destroyed? Yeah. So she knew what she was doing. She knew that she was deleting text messages, and she knew that the best way to hide them is to Google what is the best way to get rid of these text messages. Let's remember, she also told Chris to email Facebook if he wants to completely delete his Facebook page. She probably did that too. She deleted her LinkedIn, she says, her Facebook, her Twitter account. She didn't have any other social media, apparently, supposedly, according to her. And now she doesn't want to give away her phone. Wow.
To work on my phone records, but I use that phone for work. So
The text messages between you and him, deleted those.
yeah, that was yesterday. As soon as I found out, and he was honest with me. Like we talked a couple more times after that, and it was just like, "I don't want you to contact me," and I just wiped him out.
If that's something that became necessary for us to try to retrieve, is that something that would be okay with you?
I'm sure we could work on my phone records, but I use that phone for work, so I'd appreciate it if I could like keep this. Is there another way for you guys to go about doing
Yeah.
that? Like,
I use that phone for work. If I had to give my phone away to the police so that I can get out of work, I would give my phone away for an entire month. Right? I would be like, "Yeah, here, go ahead. Take my phone. Take it for a whole month if you need it." And then I would show up to work and be like, "Doo-doo-doo. Hey, Rox, why aren't you working?" "I don't have a phone. Sorry." "Can I go home?" "Yeah, am I off for the day?" "I don't have a phone, so I can't work from anything." "I can't do my job because I don't have my phone. Sorry, guys." And then I would just take the whole day off or the rest of the week, right? However long the cops need my phone for, I would just take the rest of the week off. Why does she worry about work? Who cares? Come on. Well, she is not employee of the month here, right? She is not, she's not the CEO of Anadarko or Tasman, right? She's just an employee, hourly, probably. She's probably not even salary, but she cares about her job. Come on, really? That's really her go to. "Oh, no, I can't give it to you because of my job." Who cares? Lady, give it away. Take the rest of the week off. Isn't that better? That is the biggest excuse I would use at any employer, right? "I don't have a phone. Sorry. Hey, my computer doesn't work. I can't log in to check the emails that you just sent. Oops. Sorry, can't log into Zoom today because I don't have a phone. The cops have it." I would use that as an excuse every single time. Oh, that's right, B. I forgot. That was her dream job. "I want to be in the AC. I really wanted to get out of the hot sun working in the oil fields. This was my dream job. Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah, she really cares about her job, doesn't she? That's why she was giving away all kinds of gift cards to Chris. Yeah, that's why she planned an entire murder using her work emails. Oh my god. Allegedly, right? Allegedly, in my opinion. But yeah, that's where it started. It started in her work emails. She's already sending inappropriate personal things via her work email. So if she really cared about her job, she would not be sabotaging it that way. She would not be trying to send emails from work because she cares about work, right? She's a professional. Oh, I'm a professional. Mm-mm. Oh, you're not gonna take my phone. No, I'm a professional. If you're gonna take it, make sure that you replace it with something else because I'm very important at that company. Yeah. She's hourly. She works, I don't know, putting snacks in the vending machine, but she thinks she's important. And I need to keep my phone. Come on. Come on. It is so unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, she needs her phone to keep being Oprah, right? She needs to make sure that she has all of the men or that she likes so they can all get the gift card. She's like, "Oh, okay, well then now that Chris is gone, now I have Dave and then I have Kevin. I might give him a gift card, but only if he lets me off the hook. Let's see. I have my whole list of men here, so you can't take my phone. Is that why? Come on. Please." Let's continue, but here, again, we're about to hear her lie, saying that, "Oh, you can't take my phone because of my work."
If that's something that became necessary for us to try to retrieve, is that something that would be okay with you?
I'm sure we could work on my phone records, but I use that phone for work, so I'd appreciate it if I could like keep this. Is there another way for you guys to go about doing
Yeah,
that, like
you know,
through the phone
we're-
company
Yeah.
or something?
So there's special software we can plug your phone into, and even if it's deleted, we can still retrieve the
Oh, okay.
content rather.
Oh, no, she says. "No." So when again, Nicole was Googling this, right? She was Googling, can police retrieve text messages without the phone? Okay. And this is what she was Googling. She's asking, can police retrieve text messages? So I am sure that Nicole found out that the best way that they can retrieve her text messages is if they take her phone from her. So, yes, the police can retrieve text messages, even those that have been manually deleted, by a forensic extraction tool or by obtaining records directly from the mobile carrier, provided that they have legal authorization to do so. Okay, so this one, right? Forensic phone extractions. This is what he's saying right now, right? The guy. He's telling her, yeah, we do have this special tool. We just connect your phone to it and then we can take all the contents away from it, right? So it's this one Celebrite or Gray Key. You scan the physical device, right? So they need to take the physical device. So when you delete a text message, it is often not immediately removed from the phone's flash memory. Instead, the space is just marked as available to be overwritten. Forensic tools can extract this data and recover deleted messages, photos, and chat logs, right? Right here, there's the other one. Carrier records. Through a court order or subpoena, police can compel a mobile service provider, such as Verizon, which is what she had, to hand over her text messages. There's another one. Look, cloud backups. Again, interesting. She couldn't log into her cloud. Do we remember that? Remember how she couldn't log into her cloud? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, Kevin. I can't log into my Google account. I forgot my password. How do you turn this phone on? Oh, it's so weird. What do these little buttons do? How do you turn on Wi Fi? I don't get it. Oh, Kevin, I'm usually really good with technology. I just don't know how to work this phone. It's so weird. Can somebody please help me? This is what she's Googling, guys. Encrypted and disappearing messages. Look, this is what she's Googling. Look at this. For secure or end to end encrypted messaging, like Signal and WhatsApp, recovering deleted data depends on the app's security protocols and whether the device is locked. However, if the device is unlocked, or a physical access is gained, these tools can extract existing messages. Look at that. She was afraid of handing over her phone. She Googled this shit for hours. Okay. She Googled all of it before showing up to police station and talking over, calling the police and letting them know, oh, I know, Chris. All of this she Googled. So she knew that she would be completely SOL, shit out of luck, if she gave away her phone. So that's why she's not trying to. She's like, oh no, I need it. You can't take it away from me. Can you retrieve it in other ways? Just don't take my phone away from me.
And then just preserve that, give the phone back. That's the course of
Yeah.
action for this
So
side.
you're not gonna like take it from me though, right? Because I just need it for work.
Yeah, no, we don't need to like take your phone and then you don't get it back. I mean, there is a process about getting the information from the phone, but we have people who do that,
Understood.
and it wouldn't be a big intrusion, but it just, and you think about this too, right? Because if you think after this answer is done, you think, okay, you know what, that text message that he wrote, that was a little strange. Then maybe we do that. We will. But for now, I don't know that it's necessary. But if it becomes necessary, we may come back to you and say, hey, can you just take a look at your phone? And we'd like to retrieve those text messages. And again, it may not even be the content; it may just be the time and location.
Right.
So.
Well, and I mean, as long as you guys will give it back, I mean, that's my
Sure.
thing. I just like, I just need it for work. I don't even pay for it in a dark place, so I can't really just like not have that would be a problem.
Did he have a work phone and a personal phone?
Yeah.
Do you have numbers for both?
Nicole's not dumb. She knows that the cops are going to give her phone back. They're not just going to take it. They're not going to be like, okay, well, thank you for the iPhone. Bye. I'm going to keep it. It's my phone now. Come on. Of course, they're going to give it back to her. It doesn't take that long. All you have to do is plug it in, retrieve the data, and then give it back to the person. They do that even with Chris, right? Chris is like, oh, yeah, here's my phone. They take it away. They come back and they're like, here you go, Chris. Your phone is back. That's it. It's not that hard. Exactly. Anna, yeah, she's being difficult. And it did become necessary. Exactly, Trail. Yes, it became necessary. Of course. How could it not become necessary? I mean, she's the mistress again. She's the mistress.
I mean, I could look up his work phone number on my right directory thing for.
Did he contact you on those?
The first couple times that we talked for like a few days, it was on his work phone, but then it shifted to his personal phone. So like, I don't want any personal conversations on the work phone because we're pretty separated at work, and I'm trying to keep it that way at work.
Right.
I don't think anybody at work even knows that we like talk. Like, we're not affiliated with each other.
They're not affiliated. Is what she says. I don't think anybody at work knows that we're even like together or that we're affiliated with each other. Everyone knew, though, right? All of her coworkers knew. Everyone knew because they would talk really closely and it was kind of obvious. It kind of is, though, right? When you work somewhere and you look at your coworkers and you hang out with them, you kind of know when some of them are dating. They make it very obvious. They start taking lunches together. They're meeting up, and you walk right. You're on the floor. This is for me, right? Working retail. You're on the floor. You walk to the back of house. You open it up, and you're like, oh, sorry, excuse me, but they're talking very close, and you're like, oh, sorry, did I interrupt something? You kind of know when people are dating at work. Everyone knew that these two had something going on, right? Because they're knuckleheads. They couldn't hide it. How could they? They're obsessed with one another.
Yeah, if we could get both numbers, that'd be great. Just to make sure that we have them.
I don't know how to do that on here. I think there's like a directory in here somewhere on my theme. How do you
smash it? One of those broken screensavers.
I'm not more gonna know how to do that.
Look, she's already pretending not to know things. Oh my God. She is already playing stupid.
Yeah, if we could get both numbers, that'd be great. Just to make sure that we have them.
I don't know how to do that on here.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to look up the other phone number where I was texting him to. I don't know how to do that. I think there's like a phone directory or something in my thing. I just don't know how to give you that information that you just requested, officer. Huh? Come on.
I think there's like a directory in here somewhere on my thing. How do
You
you?
smash it?
How my thing? There's a directory?
One of those broken screensavers.
I know. People are gonna know what I did that.
You just put a contact section and you dial the phone.
Oh, for the thing.
I hear the whole rattle.
Take time.
Yeah.
And
Oh, shit. There's one.
No, that's not his. That's mine. All it did was connect his contact. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I'm sure you could get it.
Yeah.
You have his personal cell phone.
I don't know how to use this phone, sir. Can you please help me? Oh my goodness. Ugh. How do you even open this thing? I use this for work all the time, right? I need this phone for work, so obviously please don't take it away from me, but like how do I even operate this thing? Sometimes I don't even know how to turn it on. So I just go around using it like this. Is that how you use it, officer? I don't know how. Oh. But anyway, please don't take this away from me because I need it for work. How? She doesn't know how to use her phone that she needs for work?
Yes, that's what's saved in my phone. I don't have his work phone saved in my phone. I was
And
hoping
I
that I
know-
could look it up on my work directory because it's like linked to my email, I think, but
Well, that's it. We're gonna actually. Can we get that from you, just his personal number? I'm sure we have it already, but can you just get that?
Yeah, just-
And then the work phone, we'll get that from work. We can get that.
Yeah.
910-309.
So she doesn't have his phone number? She doesn't have his work phone number? She's saying, it's not in here. It's in the work directory. I have to go to work. I got to log into some weird website, Anadarko, for me to be able to get his work phone. Come on. She's lying, isn't she? Again, in my opinion, she's lying because she will not log in to give anybody the work phone, right? She's like, "Oh, I don't have that number here. Don't take my phone. I'm telling you, I don't have his number." But she has his other phone number. So she's like, "Oh yeah, I have that one, I guess." Ugh. And then listen to the way that she's reading off the number. She's like, 910 309. Let's go ahead and listen to that again.
In my phone. I don't have his work phone saved in my phone. I was
And
hoping
I
that
know-
I could look it up on my work directory because it's like linked to my email, I think, but
Well, that's it. We're gonna actually. Can we get that from you, just his personal number? I'm sure we.
She says it's linked to my email, I think. Eric. What does she have saved as? Potato Head? PT? Probably, right? She has him down as PT and she thinks it's physical therapy or something. Okay, so this is what she's claiming that she needs to do. She's like, I don't have his phone number saved to my personal phone number. I need to go and check it in the directory. Well, his work number is right here, 720-390-94 what is it? 9424. So it's right here. She's claiming that she doesn't have this phone number in her personal phone. I think she does, but she doesn't want to say, right? She doesn't want to say, "Oh yeah, it's in here." Why? Why though? What do we think? With a pick of an actual potato. Yeah, she's so full of shit.
have it already, but can you just get that?
Yeah, just-
And then the work phone, we'll get that from work. We can get that.
Yeah.
910-309-1702.
Okay.
That's the number that we have.
And then one more question as far as, because I know you were doing the social media thing, but did you have an email address that you guys were in contact? No email?
I think we had like one email, but it wasn't like us talking. It was like I was trying to help.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer. So the thing is, the cops already know, right? They already know. about this email. And she's saying, no, 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 there's no email. Actually, there's one, but it wasn't us talking or anything. It was just me trying to help them. This is the one she's talking about. Gentlemen, I spoke with my gas monitor vendor regarding your app access. Our account has been reset. Please continue to use the same credentials you were provided upon receiving your unit. Let me know if you continue to have issues or require any assistance. Right? Anything further is what she says. Best regards, Nichol Kessinger. Oh, she says Nikki. Oh, Nikki Kessinger, HSE representative, Anadarko Petroleum Corporation. And of course, right, these are the phone numbers that she has. This is the email that she's claiming that is the only one she sent. Oh, there is one, but it was all work related. Except here, if you scroll up, this is not work related at all. Thank you for being honest with me this morning. Truthfulness is so underrated in our culture. Maybe they're talking about work. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. This one says, I'm a straightforward guy. Lying just complicates things. What are they talking about? Work, maybe? Maybe they're talking about him lying about his job, right? Or his new position. I think you're absolutely stunning. And from what I've learned about you, you seem like an amazing person. That does not sound work related to me. Does this sound work related to you guys? It does not sound work related to me. I mean, who is he talking to, right? Is he talking to the device? Oh, the device is absolutely stunning. Thank you, ma'am, for giving it to me. I needed this for my work. No. Huh. I hope to continue to get to know you better since we have a lot in common. Again, this does not sound work related to me. I'm looking for someone to build a beautiful life with. It seems so simple and so unrealistic sometimes. Does not sound work related. Build something similar to what you have done with your wife and those cute little girls. I do believe in karma, so out of respect for myself, you, and your family, I think it is best that we keep our friendship at work. Not work related. By the way, I keep the conversations we have between us. I don't think this is work related. This response, not work related at all. Yes, a beautiful life is so hard to find in this world since people always seem to have an agenda for everything. I do believe in karma, so I agree with that as well. And look at that. My work number is, he gave it to her. It's right here. If you need to get a hold of me in the field, I hope you have an amazing day. Not work related. She lied about it. This was her very first and most obvious lie, was about the emails. She did not want to talk about any of those emails. Why? Because it's so obvious that she was lying. It's obvious that she knew that Chris was married and that Shanann and Bella and Cece were very much still in his life and that they were his family. She never, ever wanted to mention this email address.
As far as, because I know you were doing the social media thing, but did you have an email address that you guys were in contact? No email?
I think we had like one email, but it wasn't like us talking. It was like I was trying to help the equipment that I operate, and they use the field like a gas monitor kind of thing. So just that was like a quick talk, but like pretty much everything that we've had has been like on social.
Okay, so from these emails, it looks like she deleted her side of the emails. Because when it's retrieved, it is retrieved from his email address, right? This is what it looks like. She deleted her emails, the ones that she sent to him. So that's why she thought she was off the hook. She's like, oh, they're not going to find it because I deleted my emails. She probably asked Chris, hey, can you delete the emails between us when we were talking in the beginning? He probably forgot. And if he didn't forget, Anadarko still found them. You don't really have to do much to get your employer to log in. I mean, all you need is an IT guy. The IT person or gal, right? The IT person will go in and retrieve all these messages. It's not that hard. But it looks like her end was deleted, but not Chris's, because the first email that is retrieved is from her to them. So it looks like it's coming from his end. And that is what was retrieved first. So she thought that these emails were deleted.
Like I said, it was like one email, I don't even remember exactly what I had to do with the gas monitor. Something was wrong with the gas monitors, so I think he came to me about that, and then I think we talked a few times on his work phone, and then it was like, because at that point it was still professional, but I knew that it was like getting to
At
the
that point, I
where
was
it
still
gonna be a personal
professional.
thing. It's like,
What?
it's like, because at that point it was still professional, but I knew that it was like getting to the point where it was going to be a personal thing. It's like we should be professional. That's not fair to me. And this is like my work phone and my home phone, but it's mine.
Right.
So I only have one. Yeah. So I mean, any correspondence that would be of like that phone number that is.
Okay. Fair enough.
And she's saying that at that point it was still very professional. She's like, oh, I was not trying to have any communication with him via any work emails or work phone because, it was still professional. I was still really just trying to reach out to the guys because of the gas sensor. But then she realized, oh, it's not professional anymore. I think it's going to become personal. Yeah, no shit. I mean, look at this. It became personal right away, right? The following week. The following Wednesday, was it, right? Here, where's the calendar? It was the following Wednesday that it became personal. God, where did that thing go? Yeah. Oh man. Okay, where's the calendar? I always lose this thing when I need it. Okay, here it is. I'm like, where is it? Okay, what is this? Okay, look at this. Wrong day. Okay, right here. All hands email, and then Tuesday. Tuesday, it became personal. It only took a week for the relationship to become personal, but on the 5th, it was still professional. No wonder Nicole thought she was going to get a letter of recommendation. Oh, I'm so professional. I was such a good worker, you guys. I knew that I was going to have an affair with a married coworker, so I decided let's just take this off of the work devices, Chris. I'm a professional. I don't want to have an affair via work emails. Let's do it from our personal phone numbers. How about that? Oh my God. Oh my. 1 week. Yes, Julia, 1 week. 1 week is all it took for her to stop being professional. This was the job of her lifetime, right? This is the job she's always wanted, the job of my dreams. Yet it only took 1 week for her to become unprofessional. Wow. Oh, shit. One man is all it took, right? A potato head. That's all it took for her to become unprofessional. She's like, oh, I don't give a shit about this job anymore. Look at that man. Oh, look at his biceps. He's a little short, but I like that he's tanned. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, this makes so much sense. No wonder she's crying. Oh, I'll never have a job again anymore, Hazel. Can you write me a letter of recommendation, please? These guys, they're going to miss me. I know it. They're just so mean to me. They won't write me a letter of recommendation. Oh, yeah, she never worked. Exactly, she never worked. It's crazy. She's crazy. Holy moly. Yeah, love at first potato. Yes, love at first potato. Michelle, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Love this channel. Aw, thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate this super chat. You guys, this is so crazy. I heard from another streamer that her job wasn't important. It wasn't. What was her job? Giving away gift cards? That was her job? Writing emails to all the good-looking men at work? Here, let's see who she wrote them to. Who did she CC, right? I'm going to CC Fred. I like his hairline. Scott, I like his biceps. Luke, right? Oh, Luke being Chris's boss, maybe, right? She's like, well, if I can't get the peasant, let me get the boss. And of course, Chris, right? Look, Chris being the last one. She's like, I mean, I don't know. He's kind of potatoy, but I guess why not, right? Let me just put everything out there. Whatever. Let's see who takes the bait. Again, I don't know what these guys look like. This is just part of the joke, right? I don't know why she did so in this order, but it makes me wonder, right? I'm like, who is she sending these to? Who are the guys, right? Obviously, only one of them was stupid enough to fall for Nicole's tricks, right? Oh man, this is so crazy.
And actually, I don't know what I asked in the beginning because your full name? I know it's Nikki, but is it Kessinger? Well, we came right down once you called.
Yeah.
Kessinger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nichol.
Yes.
And then you did birth?
July 3rd, 1988.
That's it. Can you think of anything else?
I think I just gave you guys everything that was on my mind. So
Okay. So I did a good job asking you lots of questions.
hopefully I gave you something
I
that you
just wanted to
can use.
accelerate it because of the babies.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
and that's-
We don't know them, but if there's somebody out there, as long as you're safe, we're cool with it. But,
Yeah.
ugh, you know,
And that's the main reason we get involved. Anyway.
Well, there's Daddy. Did we hear him? That is Daddy Kessinger. Of course, how can we miss Daddy Kessinger? Yeah, exactly, V-Bug. She misspelled her name. She misspelled it. Like I said, is it H-O-L? No, it's H-O-E. What is this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, here is Daddy talking about it. Oh my God, those girls. We got to find everybody right away. Let's make sure to get this wrapped up right away. Get my daughter out of this. Yeah, he's there. Who is he? Is he her attorney? No. Why is he in the park with her?
When there's a missing kid, local agencies can reach out to us for additional manpower, essentially. So I always want to get that resolved as quickly as possible.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the key. And I can tell you this, we're doing everything it takes. So
Well, the more clues, the faster it gets, hopefully.
Right.
that's
And
exactly right. The
That's why we
faster
thought we'd
it gets through.
do that. So.
Yeah. No, and I think your information is very helpful. He also gives us a lot of insight too, which is helpful. So,
Understood.
all right. Well,
So you guys with the local or with the feds?
we're feds. We're both
Okay,
FBI.
so you're just helping out with the.
Oh my God, he's asking way too many questions. Are you guys local police or with the feds? Huh? Why does it matter? Sally, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Rox, you and all the guys here are freaking funny. Thank you. Well, you guys are funny. So, yeah, that's what we do here. We love to hang out, right? We love to hang out. We love to exchange jokes and talk about this case. It's crazy. It is so crazy. Yeah, what exactly was so helpful? Exactly, Josie. What about all of this was helpful? None of it was helpful, in my opinion. But here, we're hearing Dwayne is asking some interesting questions, right? Yeah, exactly. Imagine we only saw email Anadarko gave them. Yeah. Yeah, what if they had other emails, right? Thank you for being a member. Yeah, the jokes are the best. Yeah, it's a space, right? It's a space for us to talk about this case, let out some steam, right? And then obviously we're here to roast these people, especially Nicole. I mean, right now, obviously we're listening to Nicole. So everything she says is just so it's contradicting, right? And so I love that we have this space here to be able to find things that maybe I will miss. I've said this so many times before. I miss things all the time, right? And so some of you have perspectives that I don't have. Maybe you guys have some experiences I haven't been through, some background, job backgrounds, other things. And I'd love to hear what you guys think because, again, sometimes I go crazy here by myself listening to her and I'm like, what did she just say? So, doing it with you guys live and hearing your guys' thoughts on this is so helpful for this case, right? And for us to just be able to sit here and laugh and roast these two potato heads. Let's continue.
That's a small.
Yeah, Frederick's a smaller PD, and a case like this requires a lot of manpower.
Yeah, I used to do water treatment plants up there in Erie and
Oh yeah.
all of those, and man, there would just there's not enough lot going on in those towns and all those. It's not overcrowded, no traffic, no. I mean, it's a lot.
There's no corners, people.
It's a lot smoother way of life. So I couldn't imagine that they would have 50.
Well,
It's
that's
just
what
a
we.
one detective and a few patrol
Yeah,
officers.
so
Yeah.
That's one of the ways that we can help. Just because we have a lot of people and resources.
good. Good to know.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm sorry about the mosquito bites as well.
Yes.
I know I've
Well, as long as you got a
seems,
few to
it
go
seems
with.
like they're fine, and you and I are getting fed
And,
here, so
that's
for sure. We're cold.
yeah, I'll say.
Yep. Get that max one.
Is that it? Oh my God. This is the worst interview I've ever heard. Hands down, absolute worst interview ever. These detectives suck. Okay. They're the feds. This is what we have. This is the federal government. This is what we have as feds. That is the worst audio I've ever heard. It sounded like shit. We didn't hear anything. We heard mosquitoes. We heard Duke, gnawing on the phone. Who knows, right? Who knows what he was doing? But we didn't hear anything. Yeah, exactly. Worst interview ever. This was the worst. Yeah, she didn't answer any questions. She was not helpful one bit. Not at all. Not at all. But still, right? They coddled her. They said, "Oh my God, thank you for giving us your time. Thank you so much. I know this is hard for you. We're not trying to stress you out anymore." I mean, look at the emblems. Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is from the FBI. And again, this is CBI. FBI, CBI, and Frederick Police Department. And this is the kind of shit we get. This is the audio that they have? How much do we pay in taxes and they can't buy anything better? Come on. Start a Patreon, right? Start a GoFundMe. FBI, apparently, since you can't afford a better audio recorder. I don't know, ask for donations or something. Put Kevin on the street to ask for money. Put him outside, right? One of the exits at the on the I-25. Spare some change. Spare some change. I'm just trying to collect some money to buy some audio recorders for our department. Spare some change. Who knows? Maybe someone will help. If I saw Kevin in the street asking for money so that he can buy an audio recorder, I would probably help him, Who knows? I'd check. I'd be like, I don't know. I only have 3 pennies. Is that okay? All right, here you go. Go buy your little audio recorder, right? Walkie-talkies, something. Oh my God. But anyway, holy shit, right? This was one of the worst, absolute worst interviews I've ever heard, but it was probably the most telling of all of them. I've never heard it before, so thank you guys so much for dealing with this with me, going through it, because I know it's hard. It's annoying. We can't hear anything. We're trying to understand what is being said, but hey, we got a lot done today. So thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. Let me know what you think about this. And again, leave comments. If you find something is weird, if you hear something that we didn't understand or we didn't hear in this live stream, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I do go through the comments and I check. And, some of you have changed my mind on the way that I think about things just because of your perspective and how you put it, how you explain it. And then I check the timeline and I realize, oh, yeah, I think they're right. Right? So let me know. Let me know if there's anything that we missed. But is there anything? Did I miss any? Oh, I did. Oh my goodness. Coffee and Dog Studio. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Rox, you're my fave. Your laugh is contagious. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Here, let's celebrate the super chat. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Coffee and Dog Studio. I love that name, by the way. I love your username. Michelle, thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Platinum. Thank you so much for being a member. All right, guys, before we end this live stream, I just want to thank everybody that supports the channel. Here, let's go ahead and check it. All right. Tiger, thank you so much. Smart Survival, thank you so much for the super chat. Eric Isa, thank you so much. If you like pina coladas, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry you couldn't find a pina colada at Vegas. That sucks. It's weird that I don't have pina coladas, but anyway. Eric Isa, thank you so much again. And Karen, thank you. Michelle, thank you so much. Sally, thank you so much. And Imagine, thank you. Coffee and Dog Studio and Michelle, thank you guys so much. And then I just want to check the other ones as well. Angela, thank you so much for the jewels. Tiger, loving LOL. Hey, is it Lola? Oh, it's Lola. Loving Lola forever. Thank you so much. Thank you for the jewels. Tiger, thank you so much. Tammy, Carolette, Karen, Tiger again. Thank you guys so much. Again, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, the channel is already a year old and I could not have done any of this without you. You guys are amazing. I love these live streams with you all. I love laughing and talking this crazy case with you all, and of course exchanging theories and stuff. So if you do want to hang out and you want to talk about other cases, maybe other topics altogether, go ahead and check out my other channel. It is called Rabbit Hole Rocks Live. The best way to get to that is to go to my regular channel, Rabbit Hole Rocks, excuse me. And at the very top, you'll see my featured channel. We are, so far, we're doing that every Friday. So every Friday, we're going to have a live stream on that other channel, Rabbit Hole Rocks Live, and it's going to be at 3 p.m. So immediately after this one, we go to that one on Fridays. And like I said, we kind of wing it. You know, we're hanging out. It's for you guys and for us to just shoot the shit, right? Let's talk about other topics and other crazy things going on in the world. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Love you all. Take care. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, members. And thank you, subscribers. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, share, comment, hype this live stream. Thank you all. Take care. And I'll leave you guys to some ASMR. How about that? Which one do you want? I'll ask you guys. Which one? Oh, I forgot to end the poll. Oops. Oops. The poll. Oh, wow. We got 137 votes. Do we think that NK saying the unborn is a major slip? Yes. 69% said yes. 14 said no. 13 said maybe. 4% need more evidence. That's a good one, right? Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. Anyway, yeah, we need to get off. All right, let's go ahead and do some ASMR. Here, I'll just pick one. All right, let's go ahead and do the fire or the tornado. Let's do the tornado. All right, guys. See you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.